stupid.
Hey, pull your pants down real fast. I want to see that in person.
That's not something that can be repeated.
Welcome to the What Game Are You Gaming podcast. This is episode 2. The artist broke his chair so bad he can't even put it back together.
It's always back together.
My name's Ian. Friends, neighbors, dans alike. We got full house today. On my left is the artist formerly known as Mike Charles. What the fuck was that?
I'm trying out new I try out new things for the What Game. That's not good, though.
To his left...
I can't say Fat Mama. So.
To his left is the star of the now defunct A Conversation with Corey. Corey Fischer.
Hello, Danny.
I love having you here.
Thanks.
I never fucking see you anymore.
That's alright.
Why don't we hang out anymore?
Because I'm a crawfish, you know that.
A crawfish?
That's not an excuse.
You're right.
I see crawfish more often than I see you.
Yeah, you should see me.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta call me, Bert.
I text you all the time.
I text you back. I text you just now.
It's because you're
texted me
literally...
last night. I'm just a terrible texter. I only text my girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't like texting. I think it should be,
Illegal?
I think it should be, extinct.
Well, when we did the... It's not a living thing, so it
No,
can't
it
go
is.
extinct.
To some people it is.
When we did the Conversation with Corey episode about if you were the president, what would you make illegal? You did not say texting.
Well, that's because I was foolish and young back then.
And now you're grown.
What did he make illegal?
My mind has developed more.
Being
Ugly
mean.
shoes or something?
No, being mean.
Yeah, I hate mean people.
I agree.
They should all die.
When I was in junior high, I had a gray hoodie, and in black letters it said "Mean people suck," and I thought that was the best hoodie ever.
Did you get made fun of?
No, no, because I was mean.
That would be, yeah, that'd be mean if someone made fun of a shirt that says "mean people suck."
To his left is a man who's making his 616 Entertainment debut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know his name is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Omar.
Omar what?
Mohammed.
Omar Dampkin.
I do not believe that is my last
I don't remember if I
It's worth a shot.
know how to correctly pronounce your last name.
Let's see.
Alkhatib?
That was good, yes.
Okay. Omar Alkhatib is in the building, making his debut on the fucking channel. Not even just this show, on the channel in general. Because everyone in this room, other than myself and the artist, is making their debut on this show, because this is only episode 2.
This is the first time we've had guests on this show.
Mm-hmm. I did want to have guests on this show. But the problem is, if we do our top 5 video games, he and I are probably going to overlap a little bit, so we need other opinions in the room.
You're all wrong. All mine are right.
It's not about right or wrong.
No, to me it is. I
No,
win
your
this game.
opinion is wrong.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, fucker.
And to Omar's left, the man you just heard, Quinn, hell yeah, Renz.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we did a really good podcast with you and Brett not that long ago.
Yeah, that was funny.
What was it
Let's
about?
go. Drugs. Hallucinogens, marijuana, party drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Only the fun ones.
Because I had
None of
2
the
boys in the room who are experienced, who I could ask questions to and would answer honestly. You know what I mean? Chuck was in the store the other day, and he goes, "You guys know about dabs?" And I was like, "I know what they are." He goes, "What are they like?" And I go, "I don't know. Ask Quinn or Brett."
Yeah. and then me and Brett both walk in. He's like, "You guys fucking dad?"
Hasn't Dad's been a thing for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are just finding
It's
out
only
about it now.
recently gotten like.
I only know what it's
popular,
about
though.
because of Brett and Quinn.
I don't even know
I
what
think
it is.
it's just marijuana and oil put together, and
just.
then you have to light it so much.
I am
and
the bung lord.
it
I am the bum.
it hardens.
So we were at the store talking, and Chuck said he made a joke. He was like, "I'm gonna start drug testing everyone." And he goes, "I'll probably lose like 98% of my entire like employee
Not you.
roster." And I was like, "Not me." He goes, "Yeah, I'd probably be just like you and 2 other people left."
Harry.
Daniel.
And then
Yeah.
he goes, "See, now I don't really care if you come to work fucked up, but if I find out you're at work fucked up, I'm gonna have to address it. You know what I mean? But you know how you avoid that?" And I'm like, "No, Chuck, how?" He goes, "Don't let me know you're fucked up."
What if they're acting fucked up?
That's what he said.
That's how you know.
That's letting him know.
Chuck's
yeah.
not even there like 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
also
he's,
not letting
and he's
him
the
know.
shit anyway, so he wouldn't care. He'd just be like, "Hey, asshole, go home," and then the next day he'd come back.
But what does he mean fucked up? Like, do you
Like,
smoke a little marijuana? Because, I mean, you can fully function if you smoke.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he's talking
No,
about.
I think he's like if you're like hammered or just
Probably.
Like
Or
tripping
completely
balls.
incoherent in
blasted.
general.
just blasted.
If someone's tripping balls at work, I don't think they can do anything.
If you're not coherent enough to pull a CD slip, then
Then you're not really
Yeah.
coherent enough to do anything.
It's
Yeah.
a tough job.
If you're not coherent enough to work at disc replay, then just kill yourself because you're not going to make it in this world.
This is the What Game Are You Gaming podcast. So before we get in, this whole episode is about our top 5 games. Everyone around the table is going to do a comprehensive, in detail list of their top 5 favorite games of all time. You better be fucking getting ready, you asswipe.
It'll be the
You're
last
on
one.
Face Punch or some bullshit. So before we get into that, we need to address the namesake of this show. Is what game are you gaming currently? We're going to start with the artist formerly known as Mike Charles.
Well, I just beat Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
I've done every side quest in the game except collect all the Riddler trophies.
Mm-hmm.
I've not played a game since that, so I might be in between games, but I'm also considering trying to go for the platinum,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I'm deciding.
I think you can do it. Greg Miller did it already.
I can do it. I know I can. I got the faith. I just
I
don't know
believe.
if I want to commit myself to that. I don't know if it's going to be fun.
What does it consist of?
I gotta
Stop drumming on the
I gotta
table.
find like 200 like hidden items, but like
243.
yeah.
So it's kinda
well,
like
I got like
Uncharted?
35. Yeah, and like they're on the map, or like most of them are on the map, and you can get them on the map, and then there's some like random like combat trophies and stuff. It's not that hard. I just don't
You can
know
do
if
it.
I want to do it.
Do it. I got 3
Yeah.
platinums.
I did City. City was challenging, but like Night is doable if City is
Yeah.
doable.
Oh, I think I think it's
Wasn't
the
it
easiest.
What was beautiful?
Did you look?
What?
What?
What are you sending him?
Send me naked?
You fucking guys have your computers open during the podcast.
Yeah, they're fucking not even.
We're chatting.
Yeah.
Why? You're on a podcast. Talk to each other. We're here in
He
person.
said,
funny videos.
he said penis vagina to me.
Oh, God. Why'd you send me
I
that?
sent him.
Oh,
that.
you
Oh,
saw.
What is it?
Go
It's anal.
see.
Oh, I know what it is. I don't want to see that.
That's so
I know.
gross.
I know what it is. I don't want to look at it.
That
It
Obama?
says Obama.
I don't care.
What, he's inside? Oh, he's looking
Wow.
at it. He's like, whoa,
That'd
that's
been funny.
interesting.
He really stresses his butthole.
I think so.
Corey, did you say in the middle of that nonsense that you have 3 platinums?
And they're from the
Yeah.
same game. But that's a lie.
What?
From the
Yeah,
same game.
He platinum Demon Souls and then the
But I did
Japanese
it.
version of Demon Souls.
I haven't platinumed the European one. I have one more trophy left. I just
And
tell
it's
people.
just the one that you just have to grind.
Yeah, but I'm lazy as
Don't you?
fuck.
You have other platinums, don't you?
Dark Souls trophy. I have 12 platinums overall.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
What game you been gaming, Corey?
I am currently playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn.
Yeah.
It's an MMO. It's like World of Warcraft. I'm 58 and the max is 60.
58 years old? And then when you
Level
turn
58.
60, they make you retire from the game.
I should.
The game just spits.
But the game just starts when you hit level 60, because then you gotta get gear, and you gotta get dungeons, and you gotta...
Yeah, and the new expansion just
Yeah,
came
the
out.
new expansion just came out.
So what's interesting about that is nobody has really given a shit about a Final Fantasy game in a long time. And then a fucking MMO
Final
comes
Fantasy
out.
VII, the remake, I think a lot of people care.
Yeah, but that's not going to be out for like 5
Plus,
years.
15
Yeah.
looks beautiful.
15.
15
I
does
am
look good.
genuinely excited for.
Me too.
I think it looks
That's
like
genuine.
it looks like a Backstreet Boys road
That's
trip.
what's awesome about it.
That's not awesome,
No, it looks
dude.
like
I think that's
DMC.
kinda
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Yeah,
No.
I think it has the glamour of Devil May Cry.
I think so.
The
Oh,
glamour.
Glamour
Like
of
the-
DMC, not the.
Yeah, the
When
reboot.
you say Devil May Cry, I think the first 4, not.
let's
the
be
gameplay
let's
is
be
good,
the
but
fuck
not
honest
DMC.
now. The reboot's the best one.
I disagree.
I didn't play any of the others.
I love the first one.
Yeah.
The first one, that the puzzles are great. The combat was just a
For
great
what?
game.
Yeah,
I've like
Devil May Cry.
DMC.
Devil May Cry.
Or the original Devil May Cry?
I
Yeah.
beat DMC the reboot on PS3, and then I bought it on PS4, and I beat it again because I fucking love that game.
Platinum it?
No, it's
don't
way
have
too
to-
hard.
Oh, dude, it's so hard.
Yeah,
on the hardest difficulty,
nice? I just did
you
this earlier
can't get
today.
hit.
Like once?
No, it's
Yeah,
what if
these
you
are
get hit
just
once you
taped.
die,
Can you block? I forget.
and then I think you go
barely,
back
I'm
to
pretty
the
sure.
beginning. I think it's like if you die, you start over, and you can only get hit. No, I
You
don't
only die once?
No, that's not it. I don't think that's it.
My
But you can
friend,
only- you
who's
can't
a
get hit.
huge fan of the series, 3 is his favorite, and
Yeah.
he is ridiculous at it. Like, he goes out of his way to make the game harder on himself. Like, he has beaten it without getting hit. He's sped the game up. He has, like, modded it with a computer on his
Yeah.
PS2 and sped the game up and played it on the difficulty where you can't get hit.
That's so
and he has
fucked up.
beaten it. It's crazy.
I don't have bullshit time like that in my life for that shit.
No,
There was this girl on Facebook who...
Was she hot?
No. This was like a few years ago. You know that snake game on Facebook?
Mm-hmm. No.
She was like my school friend, and she was bragging about how she beat the highest snake score and out of all of her friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll beat your score, bitch. And it was like 2,000, and it's actually really hard. Without cheating, I can only get to like 1,000.
You used cheat engine.
You cheated?
I used cheat engine.
He always uses cheat engine on fucking everything.
What is cheat engine?
All right, so you can
cheat
either
engine on
change
Facebook.
values.
Wow.
You can either change values, or you can.
So like
slow.
1 point would equal 10 points?
Yeah, so like, say you were playing a game that had money. You type in 10, and then you change your money value.
Yeah.
So then you type in 9 if you reduce it, and then you just change it to whatever you want. So like 1,000, and then you go back in the game and it's 1,000.
We used to play this mod for
that's so
StarCraft all the
funny.
time called
Minerals?
Minerals, and Corey would just cheat for it, and it would make it no fun.
You're one of those fucking
But-
losers.
I slowed it down like by 0.1.
There we go.
I slowed it down by 0.1, so it was literally like the slowest fucking game I've ever played. And I got to like 2,500, and I was like, I'm done with this game.
So you...
Should have just cheat engine the score.
Yeah. Why didn't you
That's
just
really
like...
good.
I couldn't do that.
Why not
It's
just
too
screen
fast.
cap a finished game and then Photoshop the numbers on top?
Oh no, because it actually showed you when you went to the game.
Oh.
Everyone's score.
So it was Facebook.
Yeah, it was Facebook game.
I did not know you could cheat engine.
I didn't know
Facebook.
either. I tried
Omar's
it.
gonna go fucking cheat the shit out
I
of
cheat
some
on
bullshit.
I'm gonna
Everything
go
that I
on
can't do.
Farmville.
Why?
You can't do it with Farmville.
had.
Can you sell things in farm?
It has to be a game
I've
that you
had,
can
like-
modify client side.
I've had my farm for years that has been neglected. I'm sure there's rotting tomatoes on there.
Oh, they're probably
needs
dead
to
and
be
gone.
fixed. It like
All moldy
it
like the
needs to be
Sarku cup.
fixed.
Oh, dude. Okay, for the Dan-Dans who don't know, the story of the Sarku Cup at Disc Replay was there was this fucking, what was it, Japanese food down the
The
street
Sarku.
from Disc Replay? That's
Yeah,
Japanese
Sarku.
Oh
food,
yeah, I
right?
think it's Japanese.
Yeah.
It's Asian.
So Corey gets, they had the biggest fucking drinks. I remember I have a photo of your head with the large Coke next to it, and it's bigger
I
than your
think it's
head.
like a 52 ounce.
Oh my god!
It's enormous. It is so big.
How much is 52
unhealthy.
ounces?
It's a fucking lot. An
Is that a
RX
liter?
is 23
That's
ounces.
ridiculous. 52 ounces
Yeah.
is outrageous.
That's like 2.5 RXs.
That's 1.5 liters.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, Corey
How
has...
much does that cost?
I don't know.
Probably
It's like cheap as
$2.
fuck.
It's gone. Sarku's not there.
Yeah,
anymore.
that's why I wonder why, because they didn't make any goddamn money. So Corey has this giant Coke, and he's like up on the shelves, like up near the ceiling, putting shit away or whatever. And he sets the Coke down, and then like 4 months later, I find
It
this.
might have been longer than
It
that.
might have been almost a year, and I find this fucking cup. And it's like the bottom of the cup is rotted out and has fused to the particle board shelf. And there was like a green and blue mold colony like growing towards the end of the shelf. And Revlin, who used to work there, comes in the back and I show it to him. And he's afraid to pick the cup up because he thinks the whole bottom's going to fall out and all this goo is
There was
going to
so
hit the
little.
floor.
What was in it?
Like
It was
just
Coke.
syrup. It was like almost solid
It was all
syrup.
Corey's too.
Yeah. And so, like, he thought the shelf was so disgusting that he got a table saw and cut that piece of the shelf off. Because that was easier than picking the cup up, I guess. He just cut that piece of the shelf off.
That didn't happen.
So if you go in the back to this day, the shelves
It's like a little.
it's like
like a
7
foot
feet,
shorter.
7 feet, 7 feet, 5.5 feet,
Yeah.
7 feet.
That's why.
That's why it's shorter.
Oh my
Because he
God.
cut it off because of that moldy cup.
Oh my god, that's fucking
I
hilarious.
wasn't ever gonna touch that cup either.
Yeah.
I would have waited years.
That was fucking gross.
Omar,
I
what are you
almost-
gaming?
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I just almost puked when like you guys were about to grab it.
Well, you came out of the bathroom today. Quinn comes out of the bathroom. He looks right at me. He goes, "I would not recommend going in there."
You take a shart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shit twice at work today.
I
Something
love
special.
shitting at work.
You didn't have a job.
I loved shitting at work.
Come back, dude. I fucking miss working with you.
Let's get fired again.
Just come and hang out.
I do hang out every Sunday.
I haven't seen you in like a year. Again.
Every Sunday.
I don't work Sundays.
Every Sunday.
You son of a bitch.
So working Sundays. Bro.
Omar, what are you playing?
I just completely flinched when he
No, I ain't
opened
gonna
that
throw it
pocket
at
knife
you.
at me.
Seriously.
Like,
It's sharp.
I flinched hard. Anyway, Rocket League just came out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Been playing
What's
the
that?
crap out of that.
You got
for,
that
like,
Team
a
Fat
day.
flag?
I have not unlocked it yet.
So is that just
I'm-
in the game that to unlock?
What's
Yeah,
Rocket League?
you
That's so
un-
funny.
pretty much every match you unlock something, and That is one of the unlocks I'm waiting for, so I could rep the Team Fat flag.
Nice, that's awesome.
I'm also like sort of trying to platinum Arkham Knight. Like
Yeah.
it's a passive thing. Every once in a while, I'll turn it on, knock out a couple Riddler trophies. Same thing I did with City, and I got the platinum on that.
Nice.
How many platinums you got, bro?
Overall, I think like 4. Not that many.
What are they?
Okay, more.
Uncharted 1, 2, 3,
No, it was Arkham City.
which is a very impressive plat.
Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. It's
Impressive.
Yeah, it's on the Vita. Infamous Second Son,
I don't have that one.
and
Hannah
I think there's
Montana.
another one. No, not
Corey in the house.
Even easier, the Walking Dead game.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
that's a
easiest one.
fucking given.
That was a
easiest
I got
platinum
mad when I got that
that
trophy.
exists.
When I got that platinum, I got mad. I was like, "That is
I didn't
such
earn this.
a bullshit trophy."
Do you
Well-
did not
beat
do
the game?
anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you get the
beat
plat.
game, you get it.
It's such a bullshit plat that I beat it on PS3 and got the plat, and then I beat it on PS4 and got the plat, and I own it on Vita, and I'm going to triple plat that game
Like that game,
because I don't give a fuck.
Like I got mad earning that. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't deserve this.
Corey, how many plats you got?
I got 12 and a half.
How many plats you got?
I can't remember. I think like 25.
Yeah. How many platinums you got?
None.
None?
I play on the
Loser!
I play on the computer.
How many? This doesn't. You don't even have like
No,
achievements. or
Steam,
anything.
Steam has
Steam has achievements.
Yeah, but no one gives a fuck about
Yeah.
it.
Seriously though, like it pops up.
I mean,
and
my
I'm like,
Steam
how do I turn
profile is
off this
level
notification?
18.
Yeah, it's like thanks. I got an achievement. I don't give a fuck.
I think I have 34 platinums.
Except trading cards, because then you can sell that shit, and make profit. from playing
Yeah,
video games.
dude. You sell those trading
I
cards.
make so much money
yeah.
playing video
It's
games.
like 10 cents each trading card.
And then
sometimes you'll
sales
get a
come
foil
along.
one.
You'll get-
and it'll be
oh,
like
yeah.
$3. Yeah.
You guys
That's
are speaking a
awesome.
whole nother language right now.
Sometimes
buys
you'll get,
that?
like
In Steam, just by playing games, you get things called trading cards. You can either trade them to people,
Yeah.
sell them, or you can use them to level up your rank.
Okay.
In your Steam. And
That's
So
why
it's just
people buy
it's
them.
just an
is a
ego
point-
thing.
There is a point
Yeah.
to leveling up, though.
Yeah.
There is a friend limit,
Yeah.
and when you level up, the friend limit increases.
and your profile can have more settings.
Yeah.
Like, my profile right now has this beautiful
What level are you?
Hotline Miami background, 18.
Yeah, I'm level 2 and I have nothing in mine.
Your
I'm
profile
level
picture
10.
is Jesus.
Actually, I really
Let me
don't.
see.
That Quinn, what are you playing?
Currently,
Yeah,
I'm playing Splatoon.
I'm gonna cut your finger off.
Nothing.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
not
fun
playing
so
with
far.
this.
I've only put in like 6 hours, but great. I've been playing lots of Dota 2 lately,
Yeah,
and Counter-Strike, basically.
3
Let's go.
You
Two
fucking
shooters.
open nerd.
2 Valve games and a Nintendo game.
Wait, what's
pretty
the first
interesting mix.
Game? What
What?
was the first one?
Splatoon.
What's that?
It's the new Nintendo game with the squids and the ink.
Oh, that actually looks really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
so
looks pretty
fun.
good.
It's a
Is it-
Nintendo third-person shooter, which
And
Made
I
by
just
Nintendo?
bought J
yeah,
All-Stars,
it's made by Nintendo.
or J Victory, whatever it's called. J
don't even know what the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Gonna be great.
I like it.
I got import. I didn't import it. Someone imported it, sold it to a discrete place. Saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want this. Got it.
And it gave you 8s.
No.
I have 8s
J-Star
now.
Victory versus.
Never heard of that.
See, it's
That's what
The
I
detail-
Oh, that's what you have?
Yeah.
the detail they put into the characters are very, very accurate to
Yeah.
the anime and manga. But like I like fighting games. I know fighting game mechanics. I'm not amazing at them. I'm passable. But that game's fighting mechanics aren't that great.
No.
No.
Well, see, there's people who have said that about games, like fighting games that I like.
Yeah. Same thing with games I like.
I wanted to take a picture of how Corey uses his laptop.
I want the new Mirror's Edge.
It's not out yet.
But yeah, like with a fighting game that doesn't have the greatest mechanics, but I absolutely love.
Yeah.
It's in I don't even know. It might be on my top list. 1 second. I think it is.
Well, don't spoil if it is.
Yeah, if it is, I'm not gonna say it until it comes up. But if
Well,
it's
and
not,
then we know. So
Yeah.
he has to say it regardless.
Let's get right into the top list right now.
All right.
The artist formerly known as Mike Charles is going to start us off.
All right, do you think I should start? Yeah, I'll start.
You start with the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Are you ready? This is big news, guys.
Yeah.
These are top 5, man. This is important shit.
Oh man, this is crazy.
We're dealing strictly in absolutes right now.
Absolutes.
What's stuck to my head? Nothing.
A dick.
Something stuck to my head.
It's that Batman,
Batman.
box. Why is he purple and blue?
Because it's the fucking style of the NES game, dog. That's why you got a health bar and everything's 8-bit.
World of
That's really cool.
Final Fantasy.
Isn't that cool as fuck?
Oh, that's
what?
that's like
They just announced that at
That's
E3.
the little
yeah,
cute one.
it's coming to Vita. That was the only Vita mention.
Vita.
Vita's dead.
I know
Vita's
it's
dead
not
now.
on a shame though.
That is
I
just
love, I
got a
love my
foot in the
Vita.
ground.
There was like one part where there was like a compilation of like the PlayStation Studios and somebody was playing it and I stood up and I'm like, there's the Vita! It's the Vita! It was so exciting.
Hit me with some honorable mentions.
Alright, so first honorable mention I want to mention, in honor, is MLB The Show.
I knew you were gonna say that. I did. That's all you're talking about.
You sound like a South Park character.
Well, when you do impressions of him, he sounds like a South Park character.
I don't really do impressions of Corey
You
anymore.
have. And
I have before.
Sounds like a South Park character.
Daniel makes impressions like me and stuff like that.
Well,
Daniel's-
my favorite impression to do is Daniel.
Daniel just sounds like a South Park character. And that's just the
Daniel,
way he
I was
talks.
telling Daniel about how he talks the other day, and he was fucking laughing so hard. My journey with that guy, or our journey together, as you could say, is so entertaining. How when I met that guy, I fucking hated him so
Yeah, so
much,
did I.
and he hated me way worse than I hated him.
I'm pretty sure.
But
he did
over
me,
time,
too.
we kind of just melded together into one hateful being.
Yeah, me and Daniel
I
got
hate
pretty
each other
close.
so much. You like each other.
Yeah.
I love Daniel.
Daniel shows you that he will
He
adapt
fucks
with
you.
age. He'll fucks with it because he and Wolf even became close at one point, which
Yeah.
is saying something.
See, I've never worked at Disc Replay, but I know Wolf and Daniel. The way you talk about Wolf and Daniel, it reminds me of the relationship on The Office between Dwight and Jim.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
how they
understand the reference.
fucking. Did anybody
don't
watch
even
The
know.
Office?
I don't like that also.
I think I've seen like an episode of the British version.
So clearly, this show sucks.
Never mind.
You like
So
it?
your first honorable mention
the
is
show's pretty.
MLB The Show. Why?
Because I like it. No.
Oh, cool, cool guys.
And
Well, we had a good show.
my next
Stop,
honorable mention.
Lobster.
My next honorable no MLB The Show. I didn't put a specific one because they're basically the same game with like I mean the newest one.
Yeah.
Fucking or not the newest one, but the last one I bought, which was like 14,
Yeah.
13, 14.
You gonna get 16?
Why? Because it's the same game.
Yep. And if
Every
I
year?
want, and I don't give a fuck about the rosters.
Yeah.
Because all I play is Road to the Show, and I'm in year 2020, and most of the players are made up anyways.
Because they've all
Yeah,
retired.
So- I don't
did that.
care.
My brother did that with Madden. Madden 08, he got so like, I think he was on like year 30 something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And let me tell you,
His character had to be like 63 years old.
No, he did a franchise. It
Yeah.
wasn't just him. It was like
Oh,
an
okay.
entire like he ran the team, a custom team. He got rid of I forgot what team it is. A team no one cared about. Except for the people that live in that city.
The fucking Browns.
Maybe it might have been honestly.
Yeah.
And Madden 08 had like a factory defect where there would be a crack on the inside of the game if you want to use it for too long. I guess like the way they made it, I have no idea. But he bought that game at least 5 times, at least. And he bought it new the first time, and the third time he rented it from Blockbuster and switched the discs about 2, maybe 3 times. Bought it used, I think.
So there was just
I don't know.
no quality assurance on the production of this disc
Not at all.
whatsoever.
Maybe he's been careful.
Like they
Wow.
no, that was the only disc in the 360.
He
I
never
was-
takes it out.
Oh, really?
At the time, I had my own 360. It was before that 360 broke, so I was playing my Skyrim on my 360. No, not Skyrim. Whatever 2008 games were.
That was so long ago.
It was. Yeah, that was like 8 years ago. So yeah, I was 10.
What's your next honorable mention?
Well, I didn't even say why MLB The
Go
Show.
ahead, go ahead. We don't need to spend 20 minutes on all the honorable mentions.
I didn't say a word
Spend
about
20
it.
minutes on the top 5.
No, but the MLB The Show basically it's just
That was an honorable mention. I thought, get to the list, man.
Because you're on your goddamn computer.
No,
You're
I've
not
been
paying
paying attention
attention.
this whole time. That was just one word I missed.
I got honorable mentions before the list. Let me fucking say them.
What's your first one?
Continue.
MLB The fucking Show. I'm getting so frustrated.
Go.
But basically, because every once in a while, like that's one of those games that I still get the itch randomly. Like I'll put it down for 6 months, and they'll be like, "Ooh, I gotta put some time into my baseball player in MLB The Show." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I fucked with Madden for a little bit.
Fucked.
I fucked with it.
Fucked.
Madden.
Do you guys want something to drink?
Fucks with it.
I do. RX.
Okay.
Sure. What do you
Whatever
got?
you grab me.
Different teas and whatnot. We can continue talking.
Grab
Hey,
me
so
beer.
what makes
I'll take a tea of some
what
kind.
makes 12 better than 11?
Of MLB The Show?
Yeah.
It's just the most recent one.
Oh.
Actually, and I didn't play. I don't know which one I have. I think it's
I
14.
thought it was 12.
No, I don't know. But
The one on PS Vita?
yeah,
Okay.
Shut.
the first one that was on PS4 is on PS3 and PS4.
I think that was 13.
No, that was 14.
14?
Okay, then that's the one. And then I think the one before that was like 11. And actually, there were some mechanics changes that I didn't like, but overall, I think it's a better game. I don't want it. My next honorable mention. Fucking get over that.
Are they all sports games?
No, that's the only sports game. I don't like sports games. That's why I put it on there too, is because I normally don't like sports games, but that one really spoke to me.
That's good. I
as
like
a-
it.
What language was it speaking?
Jumbalati.
I thought you were about to say Jew.
It's made
I
up.
thought you were gonna say German.
speaking Yiddish.
Which one do I want to say next? Another honorable mention I got on here is the original, the first Jak and Daxter,
I didn't play that.
the precursor Legacy. What, you didn't play it?
I
I
had not played any
I didn't have a
of the others.
PS2.
No,
I've never played a Jack and Daxter game.
dude.
No.
And like, so this was the era. It was like this was an early PS2 game, and this was around the time when everyone was trying to have like mascots, you know, or like, you know, there was Jak and Daxter, there was Ratchet and Clank.
Spyro.
PS1 had Crash and Spyro.
Yeah.
I loved those games as a kid, but they don't really hold up.
I
played-
loved the
I-
third one. I play that every once
Crash
in a while.
Bandicoot, or which
No,
one?
Crash Bandicoot is the party game that wasn't made by Naughty Dog. Warped. The one
Yeah.
that one is awesome. I think that one holds up.
I haven't played that one since. When I first got my PS3, I bought the second one on like the PS1 Classic, and I had fun with it, but it was just like
It's
the
alright.
controls were
Yeah.
fucking wonky, and so. But I just played. Jak and Daxter was like the first game I ever like platinumed, and it was on PS2, so I didn't platinum it, but I did everything. in the
Platinum
game.
in that PS3 though.
Yeah, because they put it on the remastered,
Yeah.
and that really held up. I had such a good time with that game, and like when I was a kid, I probably would have said I liked Jak 2 better.
Yeah.
But I played both of them on the remaster, and I had way more fun playing the original one.
Next.
That's surprising.
Was that an honorable mention?
We're going a little long here.
Well, you guys keep coming.
No, it's okay, baby.
Let's see, which one do I want to say? God of War 3
Mm.
is an honorable
I don't
mention.
know. I never got into God of
This
War.
game looks awesome.
God of War 3
It was
is
good.
just like, I love the idea of it. You fucking kill everybody.
Spoilers.
The
Now I'm
first
not gonna
10
play.
minutes of it, you kill. What's the Greek god of the water? Is it Neptune
Poseidon.
or
I thought that was
Poseidon?
I think it's
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Yeah, it's
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Okay, Neptune. Yeah, the Roman gods are the planets. That's right. So yeah, whatever. God of War 3.
Before, just real quick, to tack onto that, before this generation of consoles came out, God of War 3 was easily the best looking game I'd ever seen.
I guarantee.
Oh,
I
for
bet.
sure.
It was
Just
beautiful.
specifically that fight with Poseidon
Crisis?
and like the water horse thing. What?
Crisis?
No, God of War
No,
3.
God of War 3 is
Crisis
a
was
gorgeous
probably
When
game.
you
best
pull
on PC.
Helios's head off and you can see his skin rip from his fucking dude. Come on.
Yeah, that game was gorgeous. Like, I remember when Uncharted 3 came out, like everyone was saying that was the best looking game, and then I forgot what I was watching. It was probably something on IGN where they were talking about how it might have been Podcast Beyond where they talked about how someone tweeted a picture and it was a comparison of God of War 3 and Uncharted 3, and let me tell you, they looked like they were like right next to each other. You could argue God of War 3 is better. You could argue Uncharted 3 is better.
Yeah.
Like they're both absolutely gorgeous.
And that came out years before.
Yeah.
God of War 3 was 08.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I just love the hyper violence of it, and just how it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
They invented a little piece of technology for that game called Zipper Tech, to where when you would cut into the centaur and drag your blade down to where his balls are and his guts would spill out, the guts would spill out differently every time because the guts were inside of the model. And when you cut
that
the
is
thing's chest
awesome.
open, it was physically the model opening. You know what I'm
Physics, man.
saying?
They
Next.
fucked up.
Mega Man 10.
I don't
Really? That's on your list?
Really?
Yeah.
What about the new Mega Man that's coming out?
That's not a Mega Man.
Mighty number
But I'm
9.
super
But
excited.
it's kind of
for
Mega
that.
Man.
The best thing that's coming out Mega Man lately
Rex
is
Rocket.
no, the double vinyl that they're releasing of the best music of 1 through
that
10.
is awesome.
I'm
much is
getting
it?
the shit out of that. They haven't announced yet.
I love the Mega Man
Like
music.
on fucking vinyl, dude. I'm getting that shit day one.
Did you guys know they were coming out with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
alright.
Is that,
It looks good.
was that a game or was this a remake?
No, they did 4,
5
then
is-
Thug, then Thug 2, then Thaw, then Project 8.
So they never actually made a 5.
No.
No,
So this is a
no,
brand
no.
new game.
Yeah, it's a brand new game.
Yeah, just
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not getting it.
I'm-
Bam's not in it.
I absolutely love it too. I mean, playing
Yeah.
as Spider-Man was awesome.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, using
I
his web
use those
tricks.
all the time too.
Next.
They're good.
I'm not kidding.
What?
Number 1.
Where am I?
You mean number 5?
Some of the honorable mentions are out of order because I wrote like down and then
Just
I
zip through them real quick.
I'm trying. I'm looking what I need.
So boom, 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 boom.
The honorable mentions don't need to be in order.
I know. I'm trying to see which ones because the whole thing is out of order.
You're out of
They're
order.
making the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. Is that all
Yes.
3?
1 through 3 upres
1
for
through
PS4.
3, yeah.
Is the graphics updated at all? Or not?
That's what an upres is, Corey.
Oh, there you said
It's
I
on
didn't- I didn't
PS4.
hear that.
Up-resing. So I got a PSP emulator on my laptop.
Write it down. We need to get through these lists. Put a pin in it.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, another honorable mention is Rock Band.
Good call.
I really debated keeping this one, but like the amount of time and fun that I got out of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Can you play it by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could? I could never play that game by myself.
I can.
What game?
Started a band.
Oh, yeah.
Made 2 characters, one for mic, one for guitar. Loved it.
And you got the mic stand, right?
Yeah,
You do both
yeah.
at the
My
same
brother
time.
bought a mic stand.
I want to do that, man.
Do what?
Get a mic stand.
Do
Yeah.
guitar and singing at the same time, just by yourself.
It's just hard.
It's-
You have to know the words.
Yeah, you have to know
You
the
have
words.
to know because you can't look at both.
I'd only play songs I know.
Well, I know.
Yeah, that's why I was able to do Down with the Sickness on
Yeah.
Extreme on both
Oh,
guitar. Yeah, on both guitar and vocals because I knew all the words, so I could just focus on the
I'll show you
guitar.
later.
Right.
I like how in Rock Band they cut out the "No, mommy, don't do it again."
Oh, that's the best part.
No, that's so
that-
fucked up.
I do not like.
What does that mean?
I will.
I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. I promise. It's so fucked.
Nobody
Like,
wanted to sing that.
No.
Nobody wanted to
I
sing
listened
that.
to that song up until that part, then I'm like, all right,
Fast
next.
forward. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so
We should also
fucked
do
up.
the most anticipated video game.
That'll be next episode if you want to be on.
All right. Final honorable mention.
Finally.
Don't blame fucking me.
I'm not fucking you.
You wish.
And this almost
That's some
made,
good dad.
That's a good dad, Nick.
This almost made. I was really debating
Debate.
which if this should be in the top
Yeah, yeah,
5. Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh.
But never gets
See, now I just used that to test a 360 at work the other day, and let me fucking tell you something. That game is so goddamn good, and
It
it's
is.
still gorgeous
Yeah.
to this day.
And the thing is like I didn't think about that until today.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think about it all the time because
I-
I have that poster right
Now,
above my
now
bed.
that you bring
release
that
it.
up, yeah, that's
Nope.
an honorable mention for
I don't
me.
want to
I-
re-release.
I
Make a new
was
one.
I kind of want it.
I had a list of everything I was wanting to work out, and I was crossing things off as I went. And like today, I was trying to get in the final order, and then I was like, "How did I fucking forget Red Dead Redemption?"
Yeah, like
And it almost was number 5. And number 5 is a big surprise.
Red Dead Redemption goes on a little too long, though.
I know we've.
I think the story ends. Has everyone here played it?
No, I did not.
I've beaten it.
Are you going
Never
to?
even played it, not even touched it.
Are you going to?
Plan on
No.
it. Okay.
Spoilers for the Dan-Dans who have not played Red Dead Redemption. You got 2 seconds. 1, 2. You've been warned. After you kill the main bad guy and you go back home, fucking game should have ended there. That emotional moment when they play that like modern rock song as you're riding the horse home to your family.
Is that when like you
Is
end
that-
up going to Mexico?
Yeah, at that point, I just
No.
Okay.
like I only played it because I like the gameplay of it, but the story dragged on.
It did. It was too
well,
long.
I
It-
get
it was-
what they were. I understand what they were
wanted you
trying to
to
do,
get the emotional bond between everyone. I got that,
and
but,
then
like,
and then have it ripped
yeah,
away at the end. But it just didn't. it didn't play right. But I understand why they did it and what they're
why
trying
they
to
did
do.
it. Like, I don't think the ending would have been as impactful had they not done that.
Right.
Fun story about Red Dead Redemption is that came out right around the time as Eminem's Recovery album did. And
Yeah.
I platinumed Red Dead Redemption, which is one of my proudest platinums. It took so fucking long because you have to get to the top level in multiplayer, which me and my buddy Bathroom Money Tim Ewers found out that there's one hideout that you can clear. It takes on average about 2 minutes and 18 seconds if you know exactly what order to do everything in.
I would do that too.
We did it like 600 times, and I listened to Recovery, the whole album on repeat. I know every word to every song on that album, and when I hear Won't Back Down or Not Afraid, I instantly think of Red Dead Redemption, because those two go hand in hand for me. To take a stand.
A song that didn't come out around the time, but just fits Red Dead so good is Johnny Cash, God's Gonna Cut You Down. Like,
call.
it just
Call.
fits the game.
You should make a fucking video on YouTube with
There already are.
Okay, there you go.
There are plenty.
I never platinumed it, but I got the 100% completion in the story mode. But when I would get into the multiplayer, it was like, it's not the same.
I like the
It's not the
multiplayer.
same
In
for
fact,
Start off on a fucking donkey, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
I enjoyed that game's
I'm a horseman.
multiplayer. Like the first,
I'm sure it
wanna
was
say,
great.
The first month of that, when I got that game release day, I was so excited for it. But like the first month of multiplayer in that game is like some of the most fun I've ever had in a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like just riding around, you get a posse together with just random people that you just met. Go to the one base where you have like the big cannonball things that you could shoot out, and just taking that place, getting every single person to have a bounty on them, so people come at you. Like that was special.
Real life people?
Yeah, like real life people would come at you. So you're not only fighting off like legitimate people, you're fighting off the cops.
Oh,
Right.
So and obviously the people are smarter than the cops.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then finding the glitch in the game where there's in Mexico there's the one huge villa, you could fall through the ground in there. And when you're in there, you're invincible. Like you could shoot things because you're in the bottom. The walls only work one way, so you could shoot things from the inside going out, but they can't shoot you. So you just grind
That's
like
funny.
that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Sounds like a
It's
cheat.
so fun when you find those like little like things organically.
yeah. I went back. I found that because I wanted to fist fight someone, so
Yeah.
we were just punching each other, and I got punched into there's a corner with a little plant.
Yeah.
I got punched into that, and I fell
So
through, and I was
intimidating.
just like, "What the fuck?"
Number 5.
All right, sorry, I had a story about that game.
It's alright.
That's cool.
I told one too.
So number 5.
Isn't she so hot though?
Who is she?
It's
Who?
Chloe Lamb. I pulled up some porn on his computer while you guys were
I thought so. It kind of seemed like it. Like I don't know what
Who is
else
she?
you would look
She's just some cam girl with big
She
titties.
bangs on
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
Number 5.
So number 5, probably it was between Red Dead and this. It might have got a few points because I have just finished playing it,
Yeah.
and it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Wow.
And like I never played that when I
What
was
was
a
that?
kid.
It's the one on PS1 that has like RPG elements
Okay.
to it.
Yeah.
I have not played it.
The
I want
expensive
to.
one?
What the fuck is
I
wrong
know.
with you?
I haven't played Ocarina. I know.
I haven't
Fucked up.
either.
I played it. It
haven't
wasn't
either.
very good.
I played it. I didn't beat it though.
I played Majora's. I liked Majora's. I didn't beat it though.
Ocarina of
The
Time,
second day.
overrated.
I still have to get it and try it out for myself.
Yeah, only fanboys like that game. Fanboys. What?
So tell me about Castlevania.
So Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I just played it on my Vita for the kind of funny video game book club. They inspired me to finally go out, get it on my Vita. It's a PS1 classic.
Is it
I was like,
turn-based?
No.
Real
It's-
quick pause. What's this month's game?
I have
I
no
have
idea.
no idea.
Okay.
I normally don't watch them. I watched the first 2.
Yeah, same.
I haven't watched them.
I think I dropped
Some
out a
sense.
little bit after Yoshi's Island.
You-
That was the Peace Walker one where no one beat the game.
You said you were going to play it, but I didn't know it impacted you.
Oh, dude, I loved it so much.
Yeah.
That was
Like-
number 1?
You didn't even
No,
talk about it
it's-
that much.
It's my number 5.
Okay.
I'm going. You know how countdowns work?
IP.
With laptop.
Same.
He's so stupid. Well, and like I said, it was fresh in my mind. I was like, that's a fucking great game. And yeah, like without a doubt, I have a lot of current gen games on here.
Yeah.
Current and last gen, PS3, PS4, 360 era. Because when I was a kid, not a lot of games impacted me the way games from this generation did. This isn't the last one. And so this was a game that I played that was from the PS1 era that hit me like, holy shit, this is so good. And like it's just designed amazingly. Mm-hmm. Like it's like obviously that's where the term Metroidvania comes from.
Yes.
Where Arkham Asylum, like Batman Arkham Asylum, is inspired by those types of games.
You think so?
Arkham Asylum, big time. Because there's like the areas you can't get to.
Okay, in that sense.
Not like City and Night are like just open world games.
Yeah.
But Arkham Asylum is a much because you backtrack all the time. You go through the same areas. Yeah. It's like
definitely a Metroidvania.
It's like the castle. It's just a 3D version of it. And just like when you finally get, because it's like. You've played Arkham Asylum, so
I love it.
There's spots where it's like how do I get there? And you see that thing over and over that you can't get to, and then you finally get the tool to get there, and
as soon as you get it, you're like, I can get this now. I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
This Riddler trophy is
You'll
mine.
get a new tool. It's just it lets you move horizontally through a certain plane.
The zip line.
Yeah, and then you're like, that's how the fuck I get that thing that was over there.
Yeah.
And you track all the way back.
There are just so many small victories throughout that game.
Wait.
What?
Can I just say something that I just found out?
What?
Yeah.
Google has this new thing called Deep Dream.
Yeah.
And it basically, you can upload any low-resolution picture that you have
And they'll tell you what
that
it is.
you wanted to, find, and it will up-res it for you, perfectly.
What?
Match it with other images it's found in
That's
the
not what
internet.
that is.
Yeah.
No, Deep Dream is a thing that makes a photo, it turns it into like a psychedelic fucking experience.
I thought
Why
those
would
were
Google do
just
that?
glitches.
Because it's just a new thing.
Sounds trippy.
As you were saying.
I don't know
Fucked
where
up.
I left off.
You're talking about.
But
we were talking about Asylum and Castlevania.
There's just so many little victories that so many things that happen throughout the game consistently that are so satisfying, and there's a false ending in the game, and then you get the real, there's you can beat the game halfway through the actual game.
How about the fucking Easter egg in that game? Where there's a certain wall you can blow up with your explosive gel.
Oh, wait.
And behind the
I think
wall.
he's talking about Castlevania right now. Right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Arkham.
Yeah.
You can blow up a wall in
yeah.
Arkham, and there's a map that says blueprints for
Fun
Arkham
fact,
City.
you cannot do that in the vanilla version. You have to have a patch.
The
The
patch?
most recent
Okay,
patch
so it wasn't
version.
there.
They added it in a patch after the game did really well. They were
Sons
like,
of
we're gonna make
bitches.
a sequel. Then they added the room in.
Still so cool.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a cool little thing. The
Symphony
fact that
of the
someone
Night
found it too.
is a surprising number 5 for you.
I knew you'd be surprised.
Hit me with your number 4.
BioShock number 1.
Ah.
The first BioShock. BioShock 2 I really didn't like very much. It was very much let down.
Yeah.
BioShock Infinite I liked a lot. But BioShock 1 no competition between BioShock.
I guess the main difference in how the story was told was the first BioShock was all about Rapture.
Yeah, it was more about the world
everything
rather
was told
than the
about,
character.
Yeah, that was the main difference.
Infinite was about
The story,
Booker
yeah.
and Elizabeth. It was a character-driven thing.
And a phenomenal story that was.
Oh, absolutely. So good.
Rapture, I would probably say, is my favorite video game world
Rapture
of all time.
Rapture is just...
It was so perfectly conceived.
Yeah.
Corey's just smiling.
I beat half of Infinite.
Yeah.
I was proud of that.
Yeah.
Did you play the first one?
A little bit.
I didn't beat the first one.
No.
No, I got to there's a part where you have to take pictures of dead bodies, something like that, for this one dude who's nuts about that.
Oh. Ian, what's the crazy guy with the photo pictures names? What's his name?
Huh?
What's the crazy guy with the pictures?
Sander Cohen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got past that and I talked to my friend. He told me that was about halfway.
So you didn't get to the twist ending?
I do not know any of the endings.
Okay,
I could totally just go back right now. The endings have not been spoiled for me.
I won't spoil anything.
But
I
won't play. I don't got time for those video games.
But well, they're not your style. You've got your own style.
Well, I got that game pretty recently. Too.
Omar, would you kindly finish BioShock 1, please?
Would you kindly?
All right.
Dude, you have to.
I knew you.
I'll definitely get around to it once.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and play that again.
I would play it again, but I platinumed it, so that's another very impressive platinum I have under my belt.
That's a good one.
It's so fucking hard. One of the trophies is you have to be on the hardest difficulty and turn off Vita Chambers, which if you die, they bring you back in a Vita Chamber, and like you didn't lose any ammo and your health is replenished. You need to turn those off. So if you die, the last time you saved is where you go. So
Did you just save all the fucking time?
you have to. I saved like every 3 minutes.
I would just save every room, every new room I go into.
But even then, like you'll get several waves of enemies in one room.
That's the thing is like it helps you so much because like you'll have to fight like 50 enemies or something, and then you'll kill 25, die, and then revive at a Vita chamber, and they'll still only be like all those guys you killed will be dead.
Oh really?
Yeah.
BioShock 1 is one of my.
It's not like a classical checkpoint system where like the game loads up. No, you're the same exact situation you were in.
But just a different area.
You go back to where the last Vita chamber you're at was.
And the damage that you did to enemies will still be there. So you'll come back with full health, but let's say you got someone down to 3/4 health, their bar doesn't replenish.
Fighting Big Daddy's really easy.
Dude, one of the things that you need to use strategy on the hardest difficulty with no Vita chambers, because if you don't, you're fucked. So like you need to like get the electric like line things and make a trap of like 6 of them, and then you need to time that with your telekinesis and pick up like propane tanks. So you need to hit them with the tank as they go through the electricity. It's the amount of fucking strategy that it goes into that game on the hardest difficulty will blow your dick off.
Yeah.
Give me your number 3, dog.
Skyrim.
Good choice.
That's on my list.
If they
I
figured
it would be.
Elder Scrolls
Elder Scrolls
Online, but
Online.
that's like a
I thought like a
spin-off.
Next, like
No,
Elder Scrolls.
they're not going to do another Elder Scrolls for at least maybe like 3.
It would probably be like a 2018 game, I'd imagine.
Now that Fallout 4 has been announced.
Yeah, I have a friend who knows nothing about anything with the industry, and he's always talking to us like, "Oh, at E3 they're gonna announce Fallout 4, more info about it, and then they're gonna talk about the next Skyrim." I was just like,
the next Skyrim, like
Yes,
that,
I
like
was
that
just
game
like,
is.
Skyrim 2.
One of my best friends, but still,
It's gonna
my
be
God,
far
dude.
away. It has to be far away.
We get
That's
people
all
who
I
come
want.
into the store all the time and they talk about you want it to be far away so you can play Fallout, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, you can't have both of those.
I won't
come out
lie,
at the same
I'm
time.
upset that it's coming out in November only because
More.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out in September, and that's all when my first year of college starts. So like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, you're not college yet?
Yeah, I just graduated high school.
rough.
Daniel and I were talking about trying to be smarter with our money, buying less records, buying less whatever. And then Omar goes, "Well, I bought Metal Gear Solid 5 and I bought the collector's
I have the
edition."
collector's edition.
I heard this.
I have the collector's edition pre-ordered. I got it before it was sold out when the first wave, so I have mine
What color is it?
guaranteed.
no,
A replica of Big
That's what I
Boss's robotic
The
arm.
next game.
And I go, "What do you
Amongst
need that
other
for?" He goes, "It's so cool." And he goes, "And then I'm going to keep it sealed." I go, "So you can't even see the cool
So-
stuff."
Oh,
And he
I
goes,
have-
"Let me be who I am."
Just like me.
Let
does.
me be my dumb 18-year-old self, spending money on things I'm going to regret in like
Yep.
5 years.
Yeah,
alright?
you remember how I
Like-
bought that special edition Tales game?
Mm-hmm.
It's still on the top shelf sealed.
I bought I pre-ordered the Fallout 4
Same
Pip-Boy
here.
edition.
You know what I'm going to do? I bought it too, and I have an iPhone 6 Plus, so it's not going to work. So I'm probably, since that shit's sold out, I'm probably just going to eBay it and turn a fucking profit.
What does
It
the
doesn't
iPhone
fit
do?
it doesn't fit the Galaxy S5 Active.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
So
The Fallout 4 comes with a wearable Pip-Boy, which is like your ARM computer in the game where you do all of your shit. Comes with a real one, and they made an app for your phone. So, and it'll work with the game. So while you're playing the game, instead of pressing circle for the menu, heal, you can literally just go like this and heal yourself.
That's awesome.
I love the way you were like, this fucking lame shit. I gotta press a button to get to the menu.
I can just swipe a screen,
This is
bro.
next
You can
gen.
do it without
Give
the
me a
Pip-Boy, though.
peripheral I can
okay.
strap to my
it's an
arm.
app. It just makes it look like you
Easier.
have a legitimate Pip-Boy on yours.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's easier. You have to
Just
tailor-
It's harder.
It's
and you know
cooler.
what? It
That's
doesn't
the
even
whole
make
thing.
any sense because it's not going to fucking work because you're going to be playing and you're going to be in the middle of healing yourself and then you're going to get a phone call and you're going to have to be like,
Wait, what Fallout?
Like, hello?
playing- I
Like,
was
hold
playing
your
it.
forearm.
Not disturbed, dog.
I was
Yeah,
playing the
November.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
They, like,
It's the
just
Prologue
announced
to
it.
5.
Yeah.
And they
What's the
have like a
release
little
date?
companion app where you can see like the map and
Usually,
the enemies you tagged. And I
why.
can't tell you how many times I've been like looking at the map, like planning out my route on where I'm gonna go and then phone calling.
Yep. That's the thing I was thinking about, is it doesn't even make any fucking sense.
I don't get phone calls.
I will probably, honestly though, I will probably use the Pip-Boy like the first couple hours, and then I probably won't use it anymore. I just want a Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
You think the
I'm
gameplay-
gonna like put
I
that up
I
on
want
Solid
I need a Pip-Boy in my life.
You think the gameplay will suck in Fallout 4?
No, it's gonna be better.
It's going to be way better.
Because I think the only thing that turned me off of Fallout was the fact that the like shooting looked terrible.
You
They
don't like
fixed it.
talking though.
Yeah, you don't like
No.
you don't like speech or
Okay,
Western
okay.
RPGs.
I will say-
That
Well,
shit.
there
I
goes
will say-
Fallout.
Yeah.
I will say
And Skyrim. So.
that
Yeah.
the one quarrel I have with Fallout 4 so far is the addition of a voice for your character.
I think that's
like it.
fucking
I want
awesome.
that.
What is
I
it?
don't like that.
I mixed
voice.
on that.
I don't want them. I want them to have an option where I can turn off my own voice, but not everyone else's.
Why?
Because
I-
that takes
I
away from
understand.
your character in an RPG.
I
don't
always
think so.
imagine.
I don't want to
always
be
imagine-
someone
yeah.
else. I want
always
to be
imagine me.
myself doing badass shit.
Yeah.
I understand.
Imagine
it, but I
yourself
like
with a different voice.
Nah, you can't do that.
You
That-
can create you. It's very in depth.
Yeah, but not with my own voice.
Yeah, that-
Maybe have a
was-
voice option.
That was my whole thing. When they first
No, there's
announced
one
that, I
voice
was
actor,
like,
I think.
I'm mixed on it because the voice acting seems top notch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it
like
just makes it
Quinn
Mass
said-
Effect.
That's
Yeah.
the best.
Like what
I'm
Quinn said,
playing
I
as
imagine-
Shepard. I'm not playing as who I created.
Yeah, when I played Fallout 3, New Vegas, when I played Oblivion and Skyrim, I imagined me.
Yeah, but
I-
at the same time,
I
you need
didn't-
to read all the options to know which one you like. So, do you hear yourself answering all of
Yeah,
them and
you're
then
just
going,
like-
"Wait, just go with the second
Nah, you're
one"?
just like, nah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's it. Like, which one of these was
Yeah.
something
What I
I would,
say,
is
yeah.
the most
Yeah.
like, what would I say?
Or
In
what
that
I
situation.
imagine my character
Or
says.
It's
would I just
it's
back
still
out
the
and
same
shoot the dude in
thing.
the face?
It's just a different man's voice.
Yeah, that's
I
funky
see
though.
that.
That's like playing Dungeons and
funky.
Dragons with someone else narrating your character for you.
Isn't that what the dungeon master is for?
No, he narrates the story.
Yeah, you
And he
talked
makes the
about your
rules.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never played.
I've never,
Did he-
I've never played it either. but
Didn't
I've
somebody
heard
want
of
to
it.
play? Didn't you say somebody?
Melanie
wanted
and
to play
Quinn were gonna start up a thing, right?
Yeah, or me and Robinson.
Let's do it. I never played. I'll play
I
with
would
you
totally
boys
want to
though.
play that.
I'll play. I'll play. I'll try it out.
Quinn and I bought a board.
Let's play.
We
Let's
played
have
it.
fun.
once.
It sounds like so much.
Bring it
fun.
over here. We'll make a podcast
You
out
saw
of
it
it.
in pieces?
Yeah.
How long does it take?
A couple hours,
It
probably.
depends how long you made the story.
Next.
Or the board. There's
Number-
only one person.
Number 2.
Yeah. Wait. So, what are your three so far? MLB The Show.
No.
No,
No.
Castlevania.
Castlevania,
Sorry.
Skyrim, this is out of order, and Castlevania.
Red Redemption.
Castlevania. Then just give them to us, ass.
You guys are fucking screaming.
We're asking you to go.
Yes.
Skyrim.
Castlevania, Bioshock, and Skyrim.
Okay, next.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Number
You're the
two.
one getting pissed off that
I'm
it's
fine.
taken so long, and I'm not even talking
Next.
about my choices.
This is all
He's
just
pretending
switch
to
our
get mad
tampons.
to get you mad, and it's working. It's working really well.
I told the story on the last podcast about you shoving a tampon up your ass. Everybody loved it.
That's story
That
I told
happened a
on
lot.
the internet.
It happened a lot. Okay.
Number 2, Uncharted 3.
Interesting
Now, here's
choice.
why 3. Here's why 3.
Yeah.
Still gotta play.
Let's make this one quick. We're an hour in
Okay.
already.
Well, let me speak then.
Yeah. Oh, jeez,
Well,
guys.
you're the one
No,
you're
it
the
will
one
not.
bitching about it taking so long.
It's alright.
So with Uncharted 1, I thought it was between 1 or 3.
Yeah.
I love one.
Like the first one came out and it was great, and then the second one, like the leap from 1 to 2 was so good, but then 3, I waited a while because I played 1 and 2
Yeah.
back to
Because
back.
you were late to the PS3 ship.
Right, and I beat 2 right when 3 came out,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to go into it right after 2 because I didn't want to get fatigued and not
Nathan
not
Drake
go
out.
and you go into
Yeah.
3 and be like, "Ugh, I just did this, I didn't feel it." So I waited a while, and then when I finally played 3,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm so fucking ready for this." I booted up the game. I heard the music.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, bum, bum. No, I'm doing JBL's theme.
Yeah, I know what the hell
What are you doing?
Dun, dun, dun.
You're doing Star Wars.
And
Real quick, the artist's introduction to PS3, it's just this great story we've never told on the any podcast before, is he was a 360 guy. And then he and his girlfriend broke up.
no, you know.
No.
This is how I remember it.
No.
Well, tell your fake version.
From what I hear, from what I remember, the artist and his girlfriend broke up, and then the artist bought my brother's PS3 off of him for $50. Back when PS3s were like $400.
I remember
That
why.
is ridiculous.
My brother hated Black Ops 1 so much he quit gaming.
Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
I
he
like
did.
Black Ops
So
1, and I like
so
the
the
storyline,
artist
and the story was
got a
good.
fucking
Multiplayer was
PS3
shit.
for $50, and then he was like, "What should I play?" I was like, "You need to play Infamous. You need to play Uncharted." We went right to GameStop. He got them both, and he platinumed both of them like inside of a week. It was
Really?
fucking impressive.
Yeah.
And then you fell in love.
Infamous is a game I could totally platinum if I just played it for an extra 2 hours.
I played it the
but,
first
like,
one.
For both of them, for
Yeah.
1 and 2. If I played it for another, like, for 2, maybe, like, another 4 hours, for 1, like, another 2 hours, I could totally platinum them,
Yeah.
but it's just, like,
I platinumed all
I
three.
got my enjoyment.
I hijacked you there. Go ahead.
Number one.
Oh, I
still
bought
had
the
number two.
PS3
Yeah.
before we broke up.
Oh, but then you needed distraction games.
And then
'Cause it was like your first
platinumed
heavy
Uncharted
breakup.
2
Yeah.
after we broke up.
Okay.
I see. That's even more impressive because I platinumed Uncharted 1 and Infamous inside of a week while I had a girlfriend.
That's
That's
good stuff.
Like,
Yeah, well, guess
that's
what?
really impressive.
I plat this one game 3 times in like a day.
It took you so
It's called
long.
Sound Shapes.
Oh, that is true. I thought you were talking about Dark Souls.
No.
That's a good
Go
one.
ahead.
Wait. No, when's that? Just
Ew, that was wet.
You should have lit it.
basically just like Uncharted 3 when that one I realized like how much I love that series. You know, like cuz I had time to sit with it and when I finally put that up like I'm so fucking ready for this. And like the moments of Uncharted 3 stick out to me like the big set pieces and
Stop
the
doing that.
major things from Uncharted 3 stuck out to me way more than the other two. Like the part on the airplane
Oh,
and
that
in
was
the
awesome.
desert and like in the ship.
I thought one was amazing. I only played one.
They're all
You
amazing.
should play them all.
One is the only
They're all-
one
I
that
platinumed
hasn't
one.
Get the
I hate
Nathan Drake
you,
collection.
I will.
God damn it, Omar.
I played Golden Abyss.
It's a good game.
It's a
It
good
is
one.
a good game.
It's the
I liked
The
it.
Vita one?
Yeah.
I couldn't play it on Vita.
Free on PlayStation Plus. Got that game. Played
Drum roll for the artist number 1 game of all time.
Fallout 3.
I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I know
one,
that's your favorite
you
game.
saw
that's
it.
Yeah.
And 2, you just
I knew anyway. That's your favorite game.
Yeah, I've told you
Fallout
that.
3 is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I've told you that. And that was the game I'd see. I played that on 360.
Yeah.
And I started with 360, going from PS2 to 360.
You gotta tell the joke about your dad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that was really what got me like to be a huge like that changed the way I played games. Like I always liked games, but that like just changed my whole perspective.
Yeah.
Like I've never played a game like that. Like an open world like RPG that was so deep, you know? And I lost myself. I got all the achievements on 360.
He
Well,
Xbox
it's-
Platinumed it.
1,000 gamer score.
Yeah.
Almost.
I like Platinum's better than
I do too.
Yeah, I do too.
I
Trophies are more satisfying.
There
Yeah.
definitely are. I wanted to do it again. I bought.
You should.
Um,
If you start right now,
no, but see, I don't want to do that because I don't.
You wanna get
I want to
Fallouted out.
deprive myself
Just wait until 4.
I get it.
until 4
Platinum
comes
4,
out. I don't
Platinum,
want
I
to. I don't
understand.
want to play it and be like.
But if once you play 4, you're never gonna play 3 ever again.
I know. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to play.
What about, why didn't you pick New Vegas? You didn't like New Vegas?
I played New Vegas for a little while, but it didn't have the same impact
Yeah.
on me. as
Some people said it
Fallout
was
3.
better.
Yeah, I know.
Tell your
I
dad's
just see the
joke,
arguments for better.
So-
and then we'll move on.
So I like obviously Fallout 3 is my favorite game, and every time a big portion of the game is just walking through the wasteland, exploring, which is awesome. I love it. But every time my dad would see me playing the game, I'd literally just be walking in the desert. I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd
You'd
just be like,
walking straight?
I'd just be
Just
walking.
like looking for a new place
Walking
to
is such a
go.
huge
Or
part on the
Yeah,
computer.
I don't understand
On
why-
the computer, if you push Q, you'll automatically just walk.
oh, that's
Oh, nice.
nice.
Yeah, so you don't
Like
have to
every
hold
game
anything.
is.
Yeah, every computer game.
They should do that in
It's
console.
usually numlock though.
And my
I
dad,
just changed it to mouse button.
yeah, every time he'd see me, he'd be like, what is the point of this game? You play this game so much, and all you do is just walk around the desert. There's no point. All I ever see you do is walk around the desert. Maybe a monster pops out, you shoot it in the face, and now you just keep walking in the desert. And that was, when did that game come out? 2008?
Yeah, wait.
And, like, it's 2015, and still, like, I'll be playing a game, and he'll come in my room, and what are you doing, walking around the desert? To this day, every time, he's like, oh, no, you're actually playing a game, you're not just walking in the desert.
What are you playing, Indiana Jones? This is Uncharted, Dad.
And then E3 came, and I was like, E3 was this weekend. It's like Christmas for me as an adult, you know? It's like, you know, it's like the same, like, energy you get like you did when you were a kid. And he was like, well, what did they show? I'm like, well, you know that game where I walk around the desert? Well, they're making a new one, and I can't wait.
I can't wait to walk around the desert again.
It's really a different desert.
So that's the artist's top 5 games
Boston
of all time.
Desert.
Yeah.
It only took an hour to talk about it. Which I'm not condemning you for, because we all chimed in on every one of them. And we all derailed every time you brought up a new game.
Fallout 3, did you play first person or third person?
First.
First.
All Bethesda
First.
games I
Yeah,
played
first
first
person.
person.
My computer died. I lost my list.
Fallout 3's
Do you remember
third
them?
person was
I think
so
so.
bad.
Okay.
It was so
Moving on,
garbage.
Corey, what are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions? Honorable mentions are Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions are...
It'd be all sold.
Fuck. My computer's dead.
Fine, top 5.
Alright, 5 times. 5 times.
5 times.
Alright, number 5.
Yeah.
Duma.
Borderlands 1.
Oh, you planning the shit out of that.
Great
I thought you were gonna say that.
And I picked that game because I hated it at first.
Mhm.
I got to level 10. Thought it was a really dumb game. Then I just randomly came back to it and fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Played it for like a month straight. And I probably put like over 100 hours into it.
I remember you texting me a video of just looking at a mountain, and then it went, "Bring," and the platinum came out, and you went, yeah!
I recorded most of my platinums.
I did too. I'm a nerd.
Borderlands 2 was also very good.
Yeah.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was not... It wasn't that good. I don't know why.
That's like the new Vegas. You know what I mean?
I would say more like Arkham Origins.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Just because New Vegas, a lot of people argue is better. I don't hear anyone arguing that the pre-sequel is better.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4 is Skate 3.
Oh, let me tell you.
Good man.
Are they coming out Skate 4?
I fucks heavy
No.
with that.
Oh, whoa! But there's a fucking game coming out called Project Session. It's fucking Skate 4.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's Skate 4, dude.
Is it by the same company, EA?
No, EA Black Box doesn't exist anymore. This is an indie game called Project Session, and when this is over, we're gonna Google it and watch
Does
it.
look just like
It looks
Skate?
beautiful.
It fucking
You
is.
do tricks the same way?
And moves, depending on how good you are.
Nice move.
They released the trailer for it on Go Skate Day this year.
Write it down, because we'll come back to
I'll
that.
just.
Yeah.
Oh, honorable mention is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
I knew
Yeah.
that was gonna be.
That was a really good game. It was probably the best racing game out there.
He sat in my basement for like a million years one day.
No, that's actually
A
garbage.
million years one
okay.
day.
That was
Okay.
a good game.
Yeah, he played it all night.
Number
I have a
3.
YouTube video. Number 3 is what was number 3? Oh, number 3 was Demon Souls.
You played that game so fucking much,
Platinumed
dude.
it 3 times.
I remember me trying to play Demon Souls. There's a fucking level in that game
The
where
first level?
it's a prison, and there's like 11
Oh, yeah.
floors to this prison, and every floor is like the size of the mansion from Resident Evil.
It's really
1.
confusing.
It's enormous, and I'm like, Corey, I can't fucking beat this game. I don't know what to do. He's like, all right, go up to the 3rd floor. I'm like, what about all these doors? He goes, there's nothing in any of them. Just go up to the 3rd floor. Go into the 3rd door on the left. Kill that guy in there. The other guys in there, you don't have to worry about them. When you kill the first guy, he's got a key. You want to get his key. Go out of there. Go down to the 2nd floor. Shouldn't I go up? No. You want to go down to the 2nd floor.
Unlock
I'll
that
go
door.
all the way around to the left. There's a lever. You want to pull that lever. It's going to open a door up on the 5th floor. So now you want to go up to the 4th floor because you can't get to the 5th floor until you pull the thing down to the 4th floor. And he guides me through this whole thing, and I'm just... It was astounding.
I think
You
the
are
first-
a Demon Soul savant.
I think I know everything about that game.
You do, inside and out.
I think I've probably beaten it 30 times.
Yeah.
But that first level actually was really confusing the first time.
That's where the boss is like the phalanx, right? The big leech thing that's all stuck together. Yeah.
And now I know it by heart. But I'll probably never play that game again.
You don't have to. You platinum it 3 times.
No, I planned with 2, but I'm missing 1 trophy, but it's okay.
Just get it, and then you could say 3.
But I tried one day, and I got really bored.
You tried one day. Look at you.
I think like an hour or
Here,
2.
just put on a podcast or put on
That's what I tried
something
doing.
And yeah, and just
I want to watch
Look at
anime.
animation.
While
I
watching- while
don't want
playing
to see
video
it.
games, but it's
I want
too
to be
hard.
surprised.
yeah, it's like because you want to pay attention to the anime.
And there's
Like,
subtitles and shit.
Yeah, I cannot do subtitles and something else. Like,
Corey.
I have to do dubbed.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I didn't say number 2 yet.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was
No, that's number 3.
Oh, I thought
Sorry.
two was team.
Number 2
Ah.
is CS:GO, baby.
And
You
didn't
went
say
through
that.
like when I first met you, you were coming out of PC games, and you and I hung out every day for like 2
Played PC
years.
only. Or
And
played,
you were only a console guy. And then we stopped hanging out so much, and you went back to PC, and now you're like an exclusive PC guy again.
I don't really play console games.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
PC's beautiful.
Like
Well,
before
I
you
do
and I
like
hung out,
playing
you were a
PC.
PC guy. We started hanging out, you were a console guy. We don't see each other very often anymore, and you're a fucking PC guy hardcore again.
Well, I have no games on my PS4.
Yeah.
Actually, I played Dying Light on my PS4.
Yeah.
That game's
Dying
really
Light's
good.
great.
I love
That was
Dying
a
But I
Light
played
so
on
much.
hard mode, and it's really tough on hard mode.
I didn't think so.
Plus, I hear the summer events this summer are going to be pretty fun.
I absolutely love what they did with April Fools, where they like turn the physics like
Oh,
all crazy.
yeah.
Where when you drop kick someone, they would fly across the map.
They did that.
And it was just for one day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they went back to normal. That's such
just
a cool
broke it.
thing to do.
Yeah, I love that. Like
I when I heard that I was like, shit, I wish I didn't sell effect. Like I'd love to go in and fuck around since it's only
Like
gonna be
I
a
love
day.
Techland now because
Yeah.
of that game. I was not a big fan of Dead Island. I was not a big fan
I like
of
Dead
Riptide.
Island.
I,
But Dead Island is shit compared to.
Yeah, Dying Light is a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
I bet Dying Light will be better looking, better running, and better gameplay
That
than
Dead Island,
Dead
MOBA,
Island 3.
That Dead Island MOBA is pretty decent, actually.
It is, but there's nothing in it,
Yeah, it's like empty.
and it's pay to win.
Yeah.
I think.
What was your number 2?
I was gonna say, a few years ago in Adult Swim, they had this April Fool's joke.
They
where,
always do great.
They changed their cat heads.
No, it was literally just the entire show was. So this Family Guy was on, and it was like a normal show, but all you heard in the background was just farting noises constantly.
That's amazing.
I like
They
it.
was
do
hilarious.
amazing. They do great shit.
I flipped on. I didn't realize
I
it was
love
April
Adult
Fool's
Swim.
Day, and I was changing channels, and I got to Adult Swim, and it was just a regular show. Like it was like a live action thing, and people just had cat heads instead of their heads.
I
And they
love
even
Adult Swim.
synced up like the mouth movements, and every show that whole day, just cat heads.
I love it. I
Oh,
love
no,
Adult
they
Swim
played-
for stuff like that.
They
Like,
played The Room on repeat one year.
The
for
Room,
April
that was
Fools.
the best movie ever.
Remember we watched that one night?
Where you fucked that girl really hard?
Me?
No,
Oh,
The Room.
Lisa? You are tearing me apart,
Yeah.
Lisa.
It was a terrible sex scene.
What's your? So what do you? Give me your top 5 again.
All right, so
Or
I
your
went Borderlands, I went Skate 3, I went Demon Souls,
Yeah.
CS:GO, and now World of Warcraft.
I knew that was gonna be your number.
And the only
one.
reason that's my number one is because I feel like I put the most time into it.
Yeah.
He spent like a year
Yeah.
of his life playing it.
Yeah,
And I think
Literally.
you
Like,
legitimately.
literally.
I think you legitimately love that game.
well, now it sucks.
It is garbage now.
I grew up with that game. Like, I can say that game is probably one of my greatest friends of all time.
Yeah. You laughed like it was ridiculous.
Tell
but
everyone how much time you have put in.
I think I've told, like, conversation with
we've
Corey,
talked about it a
but
lot.
it's probably almost a year in gameplay.
Yeah.
I think it's like 300 days.
We did a conversation
more
with
than
Corey all
300
about World
days.
of Warcraft. I think it was in season 2.
I remember the one time we did Slash Played and it was like 300.
That was just one character, though.
Yeah.
so what time do you feel was the golden era? Golden era of World of
BC.
Warcraft?
The very first
BC.
2 years I played,
Yeah.
so 7th grade and 8th grade were the best. And then I just got slowly
Back when you
worse.
would fight
Was
with
that
your mom.
pre-cataclysm?
No, that was actually BC.
You would fight with your mom and
BC
lied to your
best.
girlfriend that you stopped playing.
What's that?
You would
Oh, yeah,
fight with
and
your
then-
mom.
And then I was
Remember
like,
that?
nah, she'll be okay with it. If she's not, then I'll just ditch her for World of Warcraft. And I played.
Why does it suck now?
They
It's
changed
easy.
a lot. Every expansion, they changed a shit ton of things. Right. So they changed the PvP, they changed the dungeons, the raids, and just the whole gameplay in general. And they made the classes less fair. So like one class will be way more powerful than the other class. So if you PvP, you'll just get fucking raped. And then gear doesn't even really, or gear is like everything now, where skill used to be a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's why I really like CS:GO, because CS:GO I feel like is truly based around skill. Don't you feel like that?
Yeah, I do feel like
It's
Counter-Strike games
You
are
get a
are
headshot
skill
or you're
games.
fucked. And the head's like this big. So you have to somehow get to that guy's head before he gets to your head.
I saw a video of a guy who was opening boxes.
I don't do
And
that shit.
he opened up a box and he got a butterfly knife and he legitimately pooped his pants.
Yeah, it's worth like $100.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
dude.
He legitimately
$100.
pooped.
I played that game
That's so
for
funny. I've seen that.
like for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at it. I'm not that great at first person shooters. So I played that game for like an hour. I got a box and I got an assault rifle. I don't remember what it was, but it was worth $10, and that got me like 3 games off a sale.
Yeah, the funny thing is Counter-Strike is $15.
Yeah.
The boxes, to open the boxes, it's $250 for the key. The boxes you can pretty much get for free.
Is it a monthly subscription?
No, it's just one-time pay.
That's amazing.
I've opened up probably 30 boxes, which means I've spent over $60 on keys. The most expensive gun I've ever actually got was worth $2.
Yo, I got a $6 gun the other day.
But I was playing one time, randomly got a weapon just from playing a game, and it was worth $10.
Wow.
And I sold that shit and bought some games on sale.
How do you sell it?
On the marketplace.
Yeah, they have a
What?
marketplace. You
Oh, like how Diablo had a real
Yeah.
money auction house?
No, it's
Kinda.
It's different because it's like part
On
of Steam.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
Steam
I
Yeah,
one.
see.
you go on your inventory and then you click on the thing you want to sell. Bottom right, it says to sell it, and then you could like it tells you what it's going for right now, what it was going for, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you
so
can see
charts.
so you can see the
This
market
op
trends
is
on it.
like $45.
And so it's like price charting, but for digital
Yep.
goods.
Yeah.
It's fucking
And
ridiculous.
people buy
And
like
yeah,
weapons that
people
are worth $20.
It's the dumbest shit I
And
ever
you
heard
can
in my
make
life.
bank off of it.
Yeah,
most-
so some people live their lives off of that.
Has everyone at this table read that PewDiePie made $7.5 million last year?
Yes, and he made a
hate
statement.
PewDiePie.
Like, he had a statement
I
about
saw
it. He
that-
made a
I saw
YouTube
that he made a video
responding to
about it.
people
I saw
talking
that.
about that and stuff. And here's the thing: I don't like his videos, but I respect him.
Here's what I
Okay,
said today at work. He plays whatever. He just says let's plays of
Yeah.
everything. I think he's about as entertaining as Wet Lint. I don't find him
Yes,
funny at all.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
I got
I-
respect.
Yeah,
Why?
That dude figured out just playing video games on YouTube, and he made almost $10 million last year.
From YouTube alone?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
ad revenue and
Like,
whatnot. I want that to be me.
And it's like if you're
That's
he
my
good?
fucking dream.
Is he
Who
funny?
gives a shit? I don't think he's funny.
I
at
don't
all.
think he's funny at all. Like,
The first time I ever saw
respect
him,
the crap out of him.
I heard about him, but when Dying Light was revealed, they did a gameplay demo with some guy who was just like, oh, I'm gonna run over here. Ah! Oh, I can't go up there. And I was just like, what the fuck moron are they letting play this? It turns out it was fucking PewDiePie.
PewDiePie? I thought it was PewDiePie.
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 P-E-W. But good for him, though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like in his video response to all, like he made a video response to talking
Was
about
it, like,
all the
out of
people that hate
character?
him. No, it was he wasn't in his like video character. He was himself, and he's a cool dude.
Yeah, I've
Like,
only
just-
seen...
he was making
just
jokes and stuff.
Seeing
but like,
that talk, he
I've-
seems like a cool dude.
I've barely seen it.
and I respect him like for addressing all of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't like his videos. I think his videos are complete crap. But
I watched.
people like it.
I watched like half of the video because somebody posted on the kind of funny Facebook page,
Yeah, that's
and
where I saw it.
and it was like, yeah, he makes some good points. And one of the points he made was like, well, if you don't think it's fair, it's like, well, life's not fair.
Yeah.
I get views. People like my videos.
Good for him,
Too
Omar.
bad- like,
Yeah, but how do you start?
He just started doing it.
Yeah, he just started doing it, and honestly, luck.
Twitch?
That,
Did you
that's
go on
what he
Twitch at all?
got. No,
he's
YouTube.
one of the first, probably.
Omar, honorable mentions.
Wait,
Okay,
did you
honorable
do
mentions,
number
real
one?
quick.
Oh, yeah,
Let me
well,
unlock
okay.
my phone.
Alright,
All
yeah.
right. So my honorable mentions are Danganronpa 2.
Okay.
Goodbye Despair. Love that game a lot. The twist, the last 2 trials in that game are ridiculous. Danganronpa.
I don't know what the hell it is.
It's a JRPG.
It's more of a visual novel.
Visual novel.
It's on Steam?
It's like a mystery. You're
No,
like,
it's Vita exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Get
like
it.
solving
That's why
a
we haven't
murder
heard
Yeah,
mystery, right?
Corey's
it's
got a
like,
Vita.
It's like Ace Attorney mixed
Okay.
with a visual novel, whatever. Little Big Planet 2.
Ah.
I love Little Big Planet. I was so disappointed with 3. I bought it for like $10, like a digital
like it.
thing on a website, and I played it, and I was just like, Little Big Planet, and then after like an hour, it wore off.
When they showed it at E3, like I liked, like the new characters were like kind of cool, but I was like, I don't really
Yeah.
want to play.
No, I loved Little Big Planet 1. I thought it was fantastic. 2 came out and it was okay. I didn't even beat it. And then when they showed 3 and you had a squad and that fucking dog looks
Yeah.
like dick butt, I was like, I don't want to play this
Yeah,
game.
it does. Yeah,
It's like that's-
it wasn't that good.
It's just like
I,
they're trying to do something.
I say
different
Little
now.
Big Planet 2 because I got
It's like
part
Gary's
1.
mod, but for PS3.
Yeah.
I got that thing just moved.
What did?
It like
Oh, the
it
sealed
tilted.
punk.
Yeah, it's taped with old tape. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's
So-
about to
That's
knock all
painting
those
tape.
over.
So
It
yeah,
is.
Little Big Planet 2, honorable mention.
I think that's the only
I-
one I played. I had
Yeah,
a
me
lot
too.
of
I got ridiculous at creating that game. I made a Spider-Man Sackbot, had all the powers and everything.
Nice.
I started making, and it falls. I started making
Oh,
the Venom one. I got pretty much done with it. I made an Iron Man one. I made a Superman one.
Nice.
I love the Spider-Man level that
Next.
I made. This is awesome. Anyway, Arkham City.
Okay.
Nice.
Good choice.
I was debating saying Arkham Knight, but Arkham Knight hasn't
City
been,
is the best one out of the trilogy.
Arkham Knight hasn't
hands
been
down.
long enough for it has
gotta
not
saturate.
let it go, yeah,
Simmer.
Yeah.
because knee-jerk reactions. I don't want to make one.
Right.
999, 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. It's
That sounds familiar. Steam game?
no, that is exclusive to the DS.
I know.
Oh, and iPhones.
I would
It's
assume there
Zero.
was a
Oh, there's another
Okay,
honorable
Zero
mention.
Escape Virtue's Last Reward. If you've heard of that, that's the game that came before it. I think the twists in 999 are better. The puzzles are harder. It's a great game overall.
What's it called?
999, 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors.
That's a
I
good-
might have gotten the persons, hours, and doors mixed up.
That's all right.
Saints Row 2.
Okay.
I never
I
played Saints Row.
firmly believe that if Saints Row would have kept on the track that it was with Part 2, it could have been better than GTA.
Wrong.
Nope, that's what I firmly believe.
Wrong.
Is it new Saints Row bad?
I never played Saints Row 2. The only one I played, I fucked with it all, was third.
It
Because
went,
it was on Plus.
yeah, they got all wacky. Yeah, that's when I got 3 too. They got all wacky. I mean, it's good. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say it's not
fun.
good.
It was just like, this is just a dumb
Yeah, it's
fucking
dumb
game,
fun.
but It's fun.
It was just silly GTA.
2 had a fun story, but a meaningful story too. It was good.
It wasn't so over the top.
Yeah, it wasn't completely over the top. It had like a legitimate good story with like moments. Some moments made me sad. Other moments like
Yeah.
like you know the first like couple missions in 3 where like you're going through the plane and all that. Gat, spoilers. Gat dies. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like all that happens. You know how that you felt a complete badass doing that. Like there were so many of those moments in 2, as opposed to 3 where it had its moments, but there weren't as many.
Most
just
of
felt
it,
more like
it just felt kind of dumb.
Yeah. All right, another one.
But it was fun.
Yeah,
Well, I played it.
another one. Gadget Racers.
Never heard.
Gadget
Oh,
Racers.
that actually does something.
That is a PS2 game, and it is like a mixture between like a legitimate racing game and a kart racer. Like you have your car, you like you could customize
I
it.
think I played that.
You could like add roof attachments so it can fly on certain jumps, so you could get further. You had like sometimes you drive underwater, but you could add like a floaty to your car so it won't sink when it goes in. So you go a bit faster. Yeah, but like you have to customize these before you go into the races and all that. So when you go into like one of the long like circuit races, I guess. When you do one race after another, you have to come up with the best customization for all the races.
Sounds like Lego Racers.
It was a fun game. Next honorable mention, my favorite Zelda game, Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker. I love that game. Always loved it.
You're not one of the revisionist
I'm
boys?
not one of the revisionist people. I remember playing that game on my cousin's GameCube. I love that game so much. He didn't like it. I was just like, why? This game's awesome. He was like, it's so cartoony. It's like, but it's awesome.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I liked it, yeah.
And then I ended up borrowing it, and I never gave it back.
I never
I
beat
hope
it.
these batteries are good because they're the only ones I have left, and we don't have a lot of batteries.
And these? And that?
All right. Another mention. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I like it.
That's good.
Move on. Go to the next one. We don't have a lot of time.
I got me again.
All right.
You don't need to explain why that's a great game.
No,
don't know.
because it's
Can't
not
you have
on it
fun
because
then?
I played it a lot. It's more of just the memories I have with it. Playing with my brother, just sitting there while my brother was playing it. Anyway,
Okay.
now on to the top 5.
Top 5.
All right,
Number 5.
Okay, like,
number 5. This was the fighting game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where I was saying how it doesn't have the greatest mechanics, but I love it.
Tekken 2.
Rival School.
No,
Tekken's
but I
fucking
do
awesome.
love Tekken.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z
Capoeira,
Budokai
badass.
3.
Ah, okay.
Is that the really rare one, the expensive one?
No, that is Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
Same
Japanese
game.
shit.
It was actually called Sparkling Meteor in Japan.
Okay.
Budokai 3. Oh god, that game. Just I have my PS2 plugged in because of that game. I go back and I play that.
I've never played it, but some guys in college were playing it one time, and they got it for. I think they probably got. I think it was 3. I'm not sure if it's. I'm not positive which one it was, but like they were trying to like figure out how to play it because like it's so. I don't know. Like, it's so different than any other games, and I was just watching it, and I'm like,
no, that it would want some Tenkaichi because it had like the over the shoulder camera flying around.
I don't think
because
maybe
the regular Budokai 3s were like a fighter where like the people are side to side.
Okay,
and you just fight like that. Yeah, that game is just.
The camera did move around a bunch.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is so weird. Like,
yeah, those are the Tenkaichi games. Tenkaichi 3 is worth like $70 on PS2.
It might not have been in the third one then. It might have been like the second one.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they spent that much on
it. If there were platinums on the PlayStation 2,
you would have got those.
Yeah, I got every single capsule, beat that game. There was hidden difficulty levels. If you beat the main story mode on very hard, you unlock Z.
Oh, you fucking asswipe.
If you beat it on Z, you unlock Z2. If you beat it on Z3, you unlock. If you beat it on Z2, you unlock Z3.
Yeah.
I beat the longest story mode because of all the characters had their own story mode.
Yeah.
I beat Goku's story mode, which was the longest, on Z3.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, my number 5.
3?
Yes.
I don't think I played 3. I played 1 and 2.
All right.
Number
4. The Last of Us.
Oh, so
I still
first time
it.
that's even come up.
yeah.
I still
Fuck
played it.
you! What a
Like
fucking loser!
I haven't played it, but I know I think.
I see the complaints with that game, but like, like the ladder simulator. I mean, come on, how many times do you move a ladder in a game?
Couch call.
You just brought up The Last of Us. We're back.
Okay, Last of Us. Love that game. People complain about it being like a ladder simulator, which I see that.
Oh, fuck yourself.
I see that complaint. I see it. I understand it. Doesn't change.
moving simulator.
Yeah. Oh my god. When you're at the dam and the raft is like under the frickin' boat, took me forever to find. Forever.
I would have rather have like an hour part where you just teach her how to swim.
That would have actually been like a cool bonding.
Like a
moment.
cutscene?
That would have been cool, actually.
Yeah, not even a cutscene. Like just make it a quick time event and like just had the dialogue.
But if you had QuickTime events, people would be like, yo, fucking QuickTime events are lame, dog.
Is that what
the
Walking Dead
DLC Left Behind was
Kinda,
practically all QuickTime events. Like
Yeah.
half of it was pretty much QuickTime events. The other half was actual gameplay, and it was great. Left Behind, the bonding between Ellie and Riley was just it was top.
No, thanks.
Yeah, it was top notch. Loved it. But the story in that game makes up for all the complaints, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the best stories.
Can you skip those cutscenes?
You don't want to.
Yeah,
it's the best
you really
part.
don't want to. You want to go out of your way to find things. The joke books were great. Here's one of my favorite jokes. What?
Go ahead.
All right, so a soap addict got sent to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
He's clean now. Yeah, that was one of my favorite jokes.
Next.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
That's pretty good.
Fallout 3.
Nice.
Your number 1 is his number 3.
I love.
He likes better games.
I love Fallout 3 so much.
Yeah.
Just, that game is special. Just
It's so special.
it's special, and I mean that like as in overall, just with all games, that game is special.
I thought about taking a week off when Fallout 4 comes out.
Yeah.
Why just put it in now?
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's
what I did with Skyrim, remember?
You took like 4 days off to play Skyrim.
my only complaint
And I beat
with
the
Fallout 3
main
now
quest.
is I have it on computer, and I spend more time modding it than I do actually.
That's what you
playing
said
it.
at work one time. You were like, I mod the shit out of it. I was like, what do you play? And you were like, I don't play it. I just mod it.
Like here's what happens. You get into this loop. You mod it. You find awesome mods.
So you
mod
actually
it.
make the mods, or you
No,
just
you
download?
find them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There's
I
a
mean,
website.
you can make
No,
them. It's whatever.
It's just
Um, yeah, it's hard.
that's what I thought. I thought when you said you mod them, I was like, that's impressive.
you find cool mods. You
Right.
put it in. You start playing the game. You then you're like, oh, I wonder what other cool mods are.
Yeah, you just
and then you
get
find
it.
another mod.
You
Then you
just
put it
taste
on.
it.
Then you play it,
so
and then
it's
the
like
game crashes.
Minecraft and
And then the game crashes.
So then you want to find out what's wrong. Was your load order wrong? Was it just this mod is completely incompatible, so you have to turn off this other mod that you installed a couple days ago?
Fuck PC gaming. That's why I'm a console.
And then you spend like 5 hours modding and like 15 minutes playing, and then the modding becomes a game of its own.
why
That's modded. You don't need to do that shit.
No, I know. It's fucking.
Yeah,
there's so much
that's why
hassle
like
in PC games.
I'm getting Fallout 4 on my PS4, so I don't have to deal with that.
Well, there's mods on. You're gonna be able to download
But it's
mods.
gonna look so
Yeah,
much
really?
better on PC.
Are you
Oh,
really?
for sure.
They're
I'm gonna
supporting
get
mods,
it on
like
PC
PC mods
eventually,
for
but
the
like,
console.
just
games.
download
I want.
What's better?
I like trophies.
Yeah, they haven't really gone into
All right.
detail yet.
Number two. All right. Persona 4 Golden.
I have not played that.
Ooh, I like.
Is that the first JRPG mentioned tonight?
No.
Corey had
Won't be
some-
the last.
I love that game. Like
Too long.
that game is a love for me. It's just phenomenal. I love the characters in that game. The story is great. There are people that say 3's story is better. I've played part of 3. Just it's good. I could see the argument that it's better. I disagree. I think 4 is a phenomenal game, and Golden is the best way to experience it.
What about Arena?
Arena was awesome. I freaking love that game. I got into Persona late, so I didn't get Arena when it came out. But the sequel, Arena Ultimax, pre-ordered that one. Got it day one. Loved the shit out of it. Only beat a half of it.
I would like to play Persona 4. I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah,
You won't like it. You won't like it.
I
have
want
a
to give it
feeling.
a chance, but
You won't like
If
it.
you're gonna give any of the Shin Megami Tensei games a chance, I think you'd like Digital Devil Saga.
Never heard of it.
I played.
It's great.
I thought you said you didn't like it.
Nah, Digital Devil Saga is the one I like. I don't like Devil Summoner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I want to play Digital Devil Saga. I
have both of them.
I
They're
played
great.
most of Nocturne, and I played most of Nocturne, most of Persona 3 and Persona 4, and I've beaten Persona 4. I've played a good amount of Persona 2 and most of Persona 1.
wow.
So, yeah, I only
excited
played
for
Persona
5?
4.
Yeah, that's
So
like my biggest
fucking
collection right
excited
now. Is I
for
just
5.
have all of the Shin Megami Tensei games.
They're all worth. They're all worth.
Shin Megami Tensei!
All right,
Number 1.
number 1, Metal Gear Solid 3.
You told me this at work one time.
Yes.
That's your favorite game.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is, in my opinion, and subsistence, I should say, is as close to perfection as a game can get. I put down Snake Eater as my favorite only because of the memories I have associated with it. The difference in the
That
two
song.
is the camera. Like the camera angle. 3 has the Snake Eater has the classic like Metal Gear Solid. You see everything from a bird's eye view, which gets really annoying in the jungle. Subsistence has the behind the back, more traditional camera angle that most modern games use now. That game is just wow. Like there's so much detail put into that game. There are things that people are still finding out about now.
I've yet to play Metal Gear Solid game.
You should play Metal Gear Solid. Like,
I beat 4, but that's the only one I've played all the way through.
and
I have 2 on my Vita. I've had it for like 2 years. I just haven't even started
Isn't
it.
there a
Get
cutscene
part-
that's like 2 hours long?
no, it's like an hour long in 4.
That's like a movie.
Yeah, I popped some popcorn when I watched it.
So there is one cutscene that's like an hour.
It's the last cutscene.
Okay.
So it's not
Oh,
like
so
you're
it's
gonna be
worth it.
playing. So, yeah,
I thought it
It's
was like the first, like you go in the game. There's an hour cutscene.
No,
like,
it's like a culmination of like 4 games worth of 4 or 5 games worth of story. Like just finally finishing off in one cutscene.
And that's the thing. That's like why I've heard 4 is like really good. He's told me to play it, but I'm like I haven't played the other one, so I feel like that would be
Doesn't
lost
matter.
time.
You're gonna be fucking lost anyway because
It's-
Metal Gear Solid doesn't make any goddamn sense.
You play them in order, you understand it better.
Yeah.
That last cutscene, spoilers for if you care, you have 3, 2, 1.
No, for 4 or 3.
For 4.
Let him play 4 because
I don't know if I
turn around real quick.
Turn around because he's not going to be able to hear it.
I'm gonna mime it.
well, just do it.
That one.
I'm talking about after credits.
Milkshakes brings on the voice.
I'll just say the CQC hug. Yeah,
I don't remember this.
it was where it's just that moment was just like a culmination of just everything.
Yeah,
Just like
you can come back. We're being
Yeah.
spoiler free.
I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite. It's just the things in that game. There's one boss fight where if you turn off you could just get HD collection, but if you turn off your PS2 and you don't play it for 2 weeks,
He'll die of old age.
he dies
Yeah.
of old age.
Yeah.
You do.
He dies.
Your
just
system
continues
clock
the game. Yeah.
counts
you
the
have
time.
To redo the whole game.
No,
he just
he's
beat
a
him.
boss and he's dead.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the main character.
No, the one of the bosses, and What was funny was I didn't my first time going through the game. I didn't play it. My brother did. I watched him.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's like 6 years older than me. So I would watch him play through the whole game, and he stopped playing at that boss fight because it's a sniper fight. He could not do it for the life of him. He could not figure out anything with that boss fight. And so he stopped playing it for like a week or two, and I was just like, come on, come back to it, play it for me, because I want to know what happens. And he loads it up, and he gets a cutscene of him dying of old age. And he was just like, what the hell?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And Metal Gear is like the only game that does that crazy
Yeah, they
shit.
pull shit like that.
And your food also rots, because you could like, you need to keep your stamina up. And
Fuck
kill
you,
animals.
man.
You
When I
pick it
walk
up.
away from the game, I'm walking away from the game.
Your food will rot. That's why you want to tranquilize animals so you get them alive in your inventory, and they don't rot that
So
way.
they're just in your, like a fucking live horse is in your pocket.
No, you can't do big animals,
Yeah.
and also you can't eat the horse. There's a funny codec conversation about what horse would taste like, though.
Mm-hmm. Ask Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, so you can't tranquilize the crocodiles, you can't tranquilize the goats. You can only do like snakes, birds, rats, stuff like that. But yeah, what truly makes that game special is the codec conversations. The codec conversations, like they're funny, they're meaningful. There's one where you're in a jail cell, and what ends up happening is you save the game. And you talk to the paramedic. She's all about movies. This game takes place in the 60s, so it's just movies from that time period. And she talks about vampires. And you find out that the character you're playing as, Naked Snake or Big Boss, he's scared of vampires. So you save the game, you quit, you load the game back up. You're not playing Metal Gear Solid. You're playing a hack and slash game.
Really?
Like, legitimately, it was removed from the HD collection. It's only available in the PS2. You're playing a legitimate hack and slash.
Is it fun?
It's entertaining. I have
So it's Revengeance.
No, it's not Revengeance. It's
Yeah.
called Guy Savage. That's like
fucking
what
awesome.
that's what the fans
More like
named it.
Gay savage.
And you're just fighting vampires. And then after, no one knows. Actually, I shouldn't say no. Someone probably figured out by now. But last time I checked, no one really knows when it's going to end. If it's a time limit, if it's just you got hit too many times, if it's just that you're wrecking so much. So when you wake up, you like it shows Snake waking up from a nightmare. And then if you call like the people, you talk about that you had a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the funniest conversations come out of that, where you talk to a guy named Sing It. He's the guy all about weapons. He talks about how he had a dream about a tank made out of shit that was just shooting shit at everything.
Shit tank.
Yes, and just like those moments that just characterize the characters.
I'm in.
Like just
I
give
can
them
get
so
down
much
with that.
personality. I love that game.
Quinn,
What?
honorable
Honorable
mentions.
Oh man, I have a lot. I'm sorry.
We don't have to talk
I'm
about 20
gonna
minutes
jet
about each
through
one.
Just list them.
I'm gonna jet through them and say like one thing about two of them. All right, so I play lots of computer games. These are mostly computer games. Only like two of them are
I'll probably know
console
most of
games.
them.
That's fine.
That's why we got more.
Honorable mentions. Starting running with rifles. Running with rifles is fucking awesome.
Never heard
It's
of that,
like
actually.
it's like Battlefront but overhead, and
So start
you die really easily. Nah, you use WASD.
It's an original universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Risk of Rain.
Nice game.
That sounds
Good game.
familiar.
Risk
That's
of
an
Rain
indie
is
game,
really
right?
really
Yep.
hard and fun. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1.
I never actually
Great
played this
game.
but
JRPG.
I heard
I
good
know
things.
people who like
Yeah,
that
I
game.
hear good things about that.
Jet Set Radio.
Oh, love it.
Wasteland. Katawa Shujo.
You wrote it. You wrote.
Katawa, oh my god, Katawa Shoujo.
You
Which
wrote
one
in
again?
a review for Wasteland 2
Yeah.
on the Marauder, which doesn't exist anymore, and I guarantee you've done no work on since we talked about it 4 months ago.
I did work on it for like a day.
Fucking
Wasteland
liar.
2 just came out.
Came out a while ago.
I did a review for the first Wasteland.
Oh.
I like the first Wasteland better
You play
than
the
the second one. Yeah. The World Ends With You. DS game. Great
Good
game. Stalker series.
Mhm.
All Shin Megami Tensei games. And Ni no Kuni.
I actually
Ni no
didn't like
Kuni.
Ni no Kuni.
I loved Ni no Kuni.
You didn't like it? I
should
thought you
play
liked
that.
it a lot.
I only played it for like 3 hours and then I stopped.
Oh, I,
think
played
I
it more
bought
than you.
that on a flash sale for like $5.
I played like
a
4
great
hours
game.
of it.
It's so much fun.
And-
I got
should
that.
play it.
That was a game
I
that you
played
actually needed
400
to play.
hours of that game.
Oh my god, dude!
I
I did
don't
not
know.
play that much.
400.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
it a turn based? Is that what
No,
it is?
it's-
Or what's?
It's like half and half.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. I love that combat
I should give it a
system.
try,
More
'cause
games should
Remember the
have that
Tales games I
combat
used to play?
system.
Yeah, but I don't remember watching.
The gameplay,
It's like that kind of.
It's like that.
I remember
with
watching
turns.
you play the Tails game, and
Remember
you
the Tails
It's like
gameplay?
live action.
Yeah.
It's like live
You have
action,
turns.
but there's still turns.
and you would change your guy's appearance and give him dumb glasses and
Yeah,
a
give him a
giant
booger?
booger hanging out of his.
Yeah,
He gave him like a 2-foot booger
I
hanging out of his
remember that.
nose, and it gets to the end of the game where like he kills your sister and then he's gonna kill you, and Corey's guy has these bug eyes and a fucking booger hanging out of his nose, and he was just like, "You never loved her," with a fucking booger hanging out of his nose.
Or it'd be like a pirate, or it'd be a bird right
Yeah,
there.
a fucking parrot with an eye patch
I
on
love
his
those
shoulder.
Those games are starting to come to PC now.
Oh, Tales of...
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
they are.
I'm excited for that.
Tales of Zillia, right?
No, it's Tales of Zasperia. No,
Oh, Zasperia.
Zasperia.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
I thought it was Zasperia.
It's something
Okay,
with a Z.
so number 5. My number 5 is Psychonauts.
Tim Schafer, right?
Yeah,
cool.
great game. His only good game.
I never played. Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Did you play his new game? What's his new game called?
Pretentious Garbage. I forget what it is, though.
Ooh,
Wait,
those some
Psychonauts?
strong
That sounds
words.
familiar.
It was like an Xbox exclusive.
No, it's on
No,
PC.
it's on PS2 and PC.
I don't think it's on PS2.
Yeah.
It's on PS2.
Is it?
I've seen it coming.
No,
Wow.
you're talking about Psychonauts. We're talking about his new game.
Yeah.
Oh, his new game. Oh yeah. All right.
Number 4, Doom 2. I just love that game.
What game?
I
Doom.
played like a million
Doom
hours
2?
of it in my life.
Doom
Yeah.
2.
Doom is awesome.
See, now you keep talking about how long you've played these games. How much of this is exaggeration? 400 hours of Nino
Not at
Kuni.
all.
I platinum Skyrim and I only played it for 108 hours.
I have 600
I
hours
don't
in
try and go
Counter-Strike.
for achievements though.
Yeah.
I just play games. Like Doom 2 is probably the game, like one of the top 3 games that I've spent the most time on in my life though.
Wow.
And that's just because I play
Massive
it
Chalice.
and mod it and like just play it again.
What about
Brutal
it?
Doom.
Is that Tim Schafer's new game?
No.
And
It's on
then
his Wikipedia.
yeah, I think that's it.
What's it called?
Massive Chalice.
I think I don't know. I don't remember the name. But I just watched like 10,000
It's a
videos.
creative
on it, and
director.
And
That's what
it
he
looked
did.
terrible. But number 3, StarCraft.
Woohoo!
The original? Or StarCraft 64,
I think-
bro.
StarCraft 1 and 2
Yeah.
because they like
They're
bridge
both
so well
good.
together.
Yeah.
And the story is just great and it'll make you cry at like a million different points.
I had one of my brother's friends back when we were like 8 years old was huge into StarCraft, and he was huge into like Warhammer 40K. And they were like my brother would be downstairs
They're
on
like
the computer.
exact same thing.
Yeah, my brother would be downstairs on the computer, and this kid Nick Nelson would be upstairs on the computer, and they would be like coming with plans together. But there was no headsets back then, so they would just pick up the phone and talk to each other like it was a walkie-talkie.
Hey man, it works.
Me and Tim did
90s kid.
Hell yeah.
that. Yeah,
All right.
dude.
Number 2.
On that same day, we were playing guns in his backyard, and I slipped, and I got dog shit all over my leg.
Number 2
Piece of
is
shit.
Diablo 2.
Diablo 2.
Yeah. Diablo 2, one of my favorite games of all time.
All of you PC boys, you, Joe Young, when I bring up, dude, I fucking love Diablo 3, you're both like, yo, bro, play Diablo 2. And I'm like, not gonna happen.
It's so
You
old.
should. It's so good though.
No, old game is old.
It's like, honestly, I get way more enjoyment out of Diablo 2
Some
than I
old
do
games
Diablo
don't
3.
age well.
That's true.
What do you say why is it better?
It's because Diablo 3, in my opinion, has been a little bit too modernized. Like, the action RPGs should have stayed a little in the olden style because they have everything nicely laid out
Like
for
the
you now.
graphics?
To me, Diablo is
not
not.
the graphics.
Diablo 3 is not an action RPG. It's a fucking dungeon crawler looter.
Yeah, overhead dungeon crawl. That's how I think.
Yeah.
To
But-
me, an action RPG is Mass Effect.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just consider that an RPG.
Action RPG to me is
Cover-based shooting.
I think
and
an action RPG is a very broad term.
or like
Yeah,
It is, it is.
It's like
Survival
action
horror.
adventure.
Or like,
Yeah.
Like define
Action
action
and
adventure.
RPG.
yeah.
Well, like
Uncharted.
Borderlands could be an
Uncharted.
action RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
That's a first-person
Action
shooter.
RPG.
That's a looter, too. Whatever.
it's like
There's so much, like-
every game falls
Has
into
a sub-
several
yeah,
categories.
yeah,
some
and
genre.
games like
With
they
Diablo
bleed
2,
into
you have to be, like,
multiple
level
No
50.
game is
Yeah.
just one,
Too much
except
conversation.
And with Diablo 2, you actually have to be like level 55 to beat Diablo in the
Yeah.
first run.
I have beaten
Or
Diablo
with people that are
3
really good.
like 7 times at this point, 7 or 8. I've never died to Diablo.
The boss fights in that
Yeah, Diablo's
game
easy.
are so easy.
I die way more often just by getting grouped on
Yeah.
like a horde on like
And,
Torment
like,
2.
in
And I'm
Diablo
like, fuck,
2?
this is hard.
In Diablo 2, it was just both of them were super fucking hard.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Well, fuck that. I'd rather make it easier.
And then, the number 1, Shadowrun Returns.
What is
Shadowrun Returns.
That sounds familiar.
It was
Your number one game of all time.
Yeah, dude,
I've
I
never even
fucking
heard
love
of
that
it. I know Shadowrun.
Shadowrun
Oh, is that the
was
game that's on sale on Steam over the Steam sale?
Shadowrun was originally for Sega Genesis,
Mhm.
and then like there was only that game, and then they had like all of the board games for it because it was like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And it was a really fucking good CRPG. And
CRPG.
like,
Yeah, it's like over the head aliens game, right?
yeah, like computer RPGs over the head.
Okay.
And
Kind of like Diablo. In a wee way.
then the new one got announced like 4 years ago, and I was really not upset. I was really happy about it,
Yeah.
and like I was like, hell yeah, it's finally getting made. They've talked about it for ages, and it was one of the best Cyberpunk games that I've ever played.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say it sucks shit, and I was going to be like, I feel so bad for you.
It's his favorite.
Oh, man. That would
Nah.
suck.
It was one of the best RPGs I've ever
I was
played.
thinking about buying it. 'cause
What
it was like
platform is it
$3.
on?
PC.
PC only?
I'm pretty sure I might be on like consoles. I don't know.
Okay.
I
Because
haven't heard of it being
Does the
on
cover?
console.
I would
I
like-
haven't heard of most of these games.
Yeah.
Is the cover,
But
is
let's
the
quit.
cover
like
of a
it.
girl
I like
with the
it.
gas mask on?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I see
Yeah.
it. It was on sale for
it's
like-
interesting. I know every time we get Shadowrun at the store, you're like, fuck!
it's so good. And now they have a sequel to it, and they're releasing another one that's based in China.
How many copies of Shadowrun do you own?
I don't own physical copies of
Okay.
any of these games.
Because Corey's old favorite game, which didn't even make honorable mention this
Alright,
time,
no, I did make an honorable mention, but the only problem is it didn't age well.
Yeah.
It was a good
What
game.
game?
Phantasy Star.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It was a great game. It was probably my favorite game back in the day.
we
but-
did an episode of a conversation with Corey about this that was called God Doesn't Drop
Yeah,
Special
you stopped
Weapons.
believing in God.
Oh, yeah.
because of that
He
game.
stopped believing in God because he would be like, God, if you're real, you gotta drop the red katanas because I need the red
Well,
katanas.
that's a real story.
And
dog.
then he would like find out what the item was, and he'd be like, "Fucking Blade Storm! I already have like 10 Blade Storm.
like-
You're not real. You disgraced
That's
me."
like me and Scott with World of Warcraft because we like maybe 6 months ago we decided that we were just gonna start like grinding out dungeons to get like the mounts for them.
Oh, like
And
really rare ones?
yeah, and me and Scott literally sat there for like 2 days and did a dungeon
Yeah, it's like a
probably
1% drop rate.
500 times, and nothing good dropped.
And then I remember after playing like Fantasy Star, I kind of just gave up on God.
That's one of my favorite lines from that show ever. It's so good.
That is for the Dan-Dans who want to watch that. That video is a conversation with Corey, episode 10. God Doesn't Drop Special Weapons from August 28th, 2013.
Well, it was interesting because it would take like a half an hour to get to a boss.
Yeah.
And bosses obviously have the higher chance of dropping special weapons. So I killed a boss, hoping that it would drop,
Yeah,
and half
it'd
the
be
time it
fucking
would.
Blade Storm.
And then half the time it would, but it'd be Blade Storm half of the time. And then it had Blade Storm. My bank was full of Blade Storm.
Why didn't you just like sell
They're
them?
special weapons. I can't give them away. These are mine. Special.
But if you have, like,
You're just a
10 of them-
hoarder. Could you imagine if they could go into your house and they're just walking on the floor made of Blade Storm because you have so many of them?
These are my Blade Storms. Don't touch those.
How long do you think you played Phantasy Star Online?
There was no there's no hours.
Yeah, but if you
that
had to
were
guess.
counted. I have no idea. I know for Phantasy Star Universe, which was the sequel to Phantasy Star Online, I had like 500 hours played.
That's crazy.
That's not that much.
That's a fucking lot.
Not compared to World of Warcraft.
Well,
Wait, how much?
500 hours.
I don't know why, like, it seems like a lot when, like...
500 hours?
Well, here's the thing: is like the games you play are so much different than the games we play.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys play long games.
no, I mean, I play some,
To Corey, that's our genre. Long games.
but it's not like
Skyrim's a long game.
it is a long game. But like Uncharted, BioShock,
That's not a long
these are
game.
not long games. They're stories that once you complete them, you're done. Like the games you guys play, like they just never end. Like they're games you can just
Oh, you
play
mean like
and
World
of
play
Warcraft?
and play.
My
Well,
top
what-
5 out of any of those kinds of games.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, any MMO will never finish.
Right,
So there's always something you can do in the game.
right.
Which is what I like, because you have an option of. All right, so like right now I'm currently playing Phantasy Star, not Phantasy Star, Final Fantasy, and I can either go level, I can do a dungeon, I could go level up my gardening or some shit, because there's gardening, there's mining, and like I can do any one of those if I wanted to. I could just sit there in the town and talk to some pretty girls. Go on.
I feel like that's why I'm not a big.
Corey, you need to start hanging out again, man. I fucking miss this shit.
Bring your PC and just play games.
I have it on my laptop, but it's dead.
Bring fucking World of Warcraft.
Bring the charger.
That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not a big MMO person. Just like I like having a nice story. Like
I don't give a fuck about the story.
yeah, that's the big difference.
Yeah.
Right there, like MMOs, they don't really have a story unless you're playing the Star Wars: The Old Republic. I hear that one has like a good story to
Tortanic.
it. But yeah, because I'm more about like a not even like a tightly.
WoW
knit
has
story.
a good story.
Fallout 3 doesn't have a tightly
I don't
knit
know
story
WoW
at all,
story.
but you make your own
that's just 'cause
story.
you don't pay attention.
Just it
Terror's
yeah.
good.
I'm up.
I
Yep.
fucks with that.
Main event.
Man.
Last person at the table.
I don't
My
know.
honorable mentions. First game I want to give some love to is Mass Effect 2. I fucking love this game. Now, Mass Effect 2, dude, fuck you, is a game where the,
Boo, you
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
I hate
like,
the
and Mass
Yeah,
Effect
they're
2
boring.
makes honor. Go suck an ass. Mass Effect. Are you doing
My
squats?
butt hurts. I don't have enough meat on my butt.
I thought you were giving me an
So
ass to
I
suck.
need to do more squats. When I sit on this chair during the podcast, my ass hurts.
Get a cushion for the pushing.
I need more butt meat, so I do squats.
So Mass
You need
Effect
squats with
2.
weight.
I didn't even, Mass Effect 2 is so fucking good, it makes my honorable mentions list almost my top 5 without even, I didn't even fucking play Mass Effect 1. And because it was published by Microsoft
Yeah,
on the PS3 guy. So it comes over and you need to create your Shepherd, and I was like, I am not just fucking, what's the default name?
John. I
Shepherd?
think it's John.
John.
I don't know.
I think it's.
I was like, I'm personalizing this shit. My guy's name is Jackson Shepherd. So I created him, but I didn't fuck with his appearance at all because I was like, that looks the best. They
That's the
made
Shepherd.
this. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Shepherd.
fuck with it.
That-
So
that's Shepherd.
yeah. So I didn't change it, but dude, that game is so fucking good. The storytelling of that game, the whole time. Here's how good Mass Effect 2 is. I fucking hate squad-based games, but to defeat the fucking aliens at the end and win the war, you need to build a squad and they all need to trust you.
Right.
So you need to go out and find this chick, and you need to find this guy, and find this alien, and find this fucking Krogan and all these things. But they'll all kind of fight for you half-assed. You need to do their loyalty missions, so they're
Yeah.
really like, oh, I got this dude's my nigga. I got this guy. You know what I'm saying?
I played that game maybe like a good 15 hours of it, but like the first
Yeah.
4 hours like 10 times.
I beat it twice and platinumed it. Like, that's another super hard fucking platinum
I'm
I
like
have.
3 trophies.
You're never
away.
gonna do it. You're never gonna do it.
What happened with
Does that
me
have
in
to be
that
that
game was
hardcore and I just
I
don't
would
like it?
start it up
Yeah.
and I would play it for like 4 hours and then a game that I was looking forward to would come out. I would play the other game, the one that just came out. Then I would go back to Mass Effect. No idea what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So
Can't
I'd have
do that.
to start over, and I did that maybe like 3 or 4 times.
That sounds
before
so annoying.
I did that like 3 or 4 times before I finally lost the disc, and I just like. I got it on a Humble Bundle on
Yeah.
PC, but it's like I want to play with the
Humble
control.
Mass Effect 2,
I can't
dude.
play on a control on PC because that game doesn't have control support for whatever fucking
Oh,
reason.
'Cause it was on
download-
consoles.
There's a program on Steam
Yeah,
called
Xpadder.
controller configuration or something like that.
Yeah, but it like the native controls for the game. Like I don't want to have to fiddle with the PC menus when I'm using a control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You just want to automatically have the settings.
yeah, I want it to be like most games
So
where if I
compatible.
plug in a control, it'll automatically know I'm using a control.
Yeah.
For some reason, Mass Effect doesn't do that, even though it came out on systems.
Can't you just like flip the switch? I'm pretty sure you can
No,
flip the
not
switch.
on Mass Effect. No.
Console
I
master.
tried
race
it
all
like
the
the
way.
other day.
So
Unless they did it recently, but
Mass Effect 2 is so fucking good that my favorite character from a video game ever is in Mass Effect 2, and he's not even playable. He's a guy named Thane, who is this lizard race, who is so fucking cool looking, and finding out his backstory and like doing his loyalty mission where you need to help him kill this guy and find his son. He comes out of this fucking vent and he kills like 9 asshole people. You don't even know how he's doing
is
it.
Thane like the huge alien dude? That, no.
No, he just looks like a lizard man.
Those are
And he's
mine.
so
I don't
fucking
think
cool.
I don't think
And
I've
Mass
met him.
Effect 3 can suck my dick because I did everything for these people in Mass Effect 2. They were my dogs. And if you don't handle it right in Mass Effect 2, they will die and they won't even be in Mass Effect 3, which to me is amazing. So I get through Mass Effect 2 and I get to Mass Effect 3 and I'm like, I can't fucking wait to run into Miranda and Thane and fucking the Krogan guy, all my boys.
there.
And then you get to Mass Effect 3 and you get to meet them and talk to them, but they're not part of your team at all. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I have a relationship with these people. That's my dude right there. I want to fight with him. Jack, the hot chick with the shaved head and the tattoos, I fucked the shit out of her. I want her to be by my side in this game. She's fucking...
Had I gone like further in the game, she would have been the person I was with.
I romanced Miranda, but then when I had to play it a second time to beat it on Insanity, I romanced Jack, and Jack is the one I like better anyway. She's the one with the shaved head and whatnot.
I would have gone
She's so
with her.
fucking hot. She's so mean. Like, she would fight me.
There was one girl.
We could like
she's
practice
not on
jujitsu
your-
and then fuck.
There's one girl that's not on your team. She just is on the ship.
Ashley, the chip commander.
She had like short red hair.
I think that's her. Yeah.
And I tried to like
You can fuck
romance her, but it's not like the same.
Yeah, you can fuck her, but you can't romance her.
No, it's not like the same. So like once I figured that out, I just gave up and went after Miranda, and then she fucking died.
You didn't handle it right. She doesn't die if you handle it right.
I know she's the only person who died, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
you fucked her to death.
and I was like,
She had limp leg from you fucking her so hard she couldn't get away.
I did it though. I gave up on it.
Oh, okay.
That's why she died.
I've always wanted to fuck a girl in a video game.
Play Mass Effect.
Or play Saints Row 4 because you could just go up to random people like on
play
your
The
ship.
Witcher.
No, not random people.
I
but,
fucked
like,
a chick
with
on a
the
unicorn in The Witcher 3.
I saw that cutscene.
It's
I saw
amazing.
that video you sent me. It was pretty funny.
In Saints Row 4, they make fun of Mass Effect in that way where you have like your ship because it takes place in outer space with aliens, you're in the Matrix, whatever. You're on the ship and you have the people that you rescue that are like your crewmates, and you can just walk up to them and hit a romance button and it'll like play out like a Mass Effect
That's funny.
cutscene that makes fun of it. And one of them, I forgot who it is, but you just walk up to her like, hey, let's fuck. And then like she dives on you and you fuck. There's a robot that you can fuck. It's just like a floating head, and you're just like, so what do you have programmed onto you? And he's like, don't worry, I know what you want. And then it like floats downward to your crotch, and then it just plays like a love thing, like a love music. You could every single person you could fuck Gat, you could fuck
The whole
Ben
roster.
King, like all the main characters like that are on your side, you could fuck them.
Next honorable mention.
Oh,
I love this game. I've only done one.
Hey, wow, fuck.
My next honorable mention, I love this game, but it doesn't crack my top 5, is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Oh,
And that's
man.
a fucking game. That game, I love
I
the
never beat it.
shit
It's a
out of
good
that
game.
game. How did you never beat it? So good. I beat it twice. I just beat it again this year.
Damn.
I went back and played it again.
Damn, Dan.
I fucking love
What
that
level-
game.
What level do you beat it at?
What?
What level do you beat it at?
I don't know.
'Cause I think I got to like level 30 and that was it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I played it again a second time, and I was gonna platinum it, but I didn't start on hard mode because I just wanted to go through and enjoy it again because I love that game so much. That's like a 60-hour game, and to just go and play a game like that again just because you love it so much, that's quite an investment.
Yeah.
To do that again. And I love that game so much that this show, What Game Are You Gaming, was not initially a video game podcast. It was going to be me and someone
Talking
else,
about Kingdom
or
of-
the
Kingdoms
artist
of
and someone
Amalur?
else, talking about a game like that we were playing currently, and like showing footage from it and saying why we love it and why you should play it if you haven't played it. And episode 1 was Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. We shot it back in January, and it's fucking done, but no one will ever fucking
It's
see
a
it.
very underrated game.
It is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It was
And
not-
the state of Rhode Island condemns it.
And the reason it's what's so fucked up, it's a whole thing, just read about it. Or I'll show you the episode that no one will ever see and you'll know because I talk about it. But what's so fucked up about that game is that was like the first step of that universe. They also had an MMO in the works. So it's going to be Amalur comes out, and then there's an MMO, and then there was another game, and they all work together into one giant
but
universe.
that company crashed, right?
Yeah.
That
That was the only game they ever made.
I wonder if the MMO was going to be any good.
Which
Hopefully.
honestly, I didn't play Omar too much. I have it. I played it for a little bit. I liked it. It wasn't something I would play for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, it's a shame. That game was really good, and it's a shame that company's gone.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention, Skate. I didn't narrow it down to one
one?
because Skate 1, 2, and 3 are so fucking good. But I went with Skate 1 because that was the first one I played. And when that fucking game was coming out, I saw like one trailer for it, and I was like, this looks like the greatest game of all time. This is what I've always wanted out of a skating game. I grew up with Tony Hawk. I fucking love those games. I'm really good at them. But Skate was coming out, and it was realistic, and it was like a skateboarding sim rather than arcadey and
yeah.
like score-based, and I was like, fuck. And Bathroom Money Tim Ewers had a 360, and they announced a Skate demo that got delayed for the PS3. So the 360 got the demo 1 week before PS3, and I was like, you need to come over with your fucking Xbox right now just to download the demo for Skate, and we're going to play it. We played the fucking demo. It's a 2-minute demo, and then you have to reset the Xbox because the demo ends. We played it for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Could you do any trick you wanted?
You could, yeah, you got like the first entire level, but only for 2 minutes, and then it would stop.
There was a glitch so you could get out of that area.
Really? We didn't discover that.
It was the same thing in Skate 2. I didn't really get into the Skate games until 2. Like, I didn't even hear about it.
3.
I found the demo. Just one day I was just browsing the Xbox. This is back when I would play Xbox mostly. I was just browsing the market, and I saw the demo. I was like, oh, cool, a skateboarding game. I haven't played one since Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
So I downloaded it, and I played it, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I played that demo, like, there was 2 glitches that I always used. One was to get the time. I forgot how to do it, but you could get the timer so it would stay at 0.
Why don't you just buy the fucking game?
I did. I didn't have the money, though.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 weeks before I was able to buy it.
He bought 3 copies of the limited edition of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Hey, I have a job now. I didn't have a job back then.
Before I bought StarCraft, I used to just play the demo over and over. It was just like a 20-minute mission.
Fantasy Star Universe was voted best demo of some year.
Great. Next honorable mention is Bioshock. Bioshock 1. Dude, that fucking game is this close to being in my top 5. I fucking love that game. And we kind of covered it already. I wrote down for my notes here that Rapture is like my favorite video game world of all time. It's just so amazing. We talked about Sander Cohen earlier and how he's another one of he's probably like my favorite video game villain of all time. To where if you don't know about Sander Cohen, he's an artist who, like, because everyone went fucking mad down in Rapture, everyone went crazy, and he's an artist, and his opus that he's working on was he brutally murdered people all around the city. So he gives you a camera, you need to go around and photograph all of the bodies and then post them onto like a tack board for him. And then when you're done, he shows up and he was like, you've helped me complete my masterpiece. And you can kill him if you want to. You don't even have to. But you can kill him. And there's a hidden trophy in that game to where if you kill him and then take a photo of him, the trophy pops and it's called Irony.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God, I should have taken a picture.
so fucking bright. I didn't even know about the trophy.
Me neither.
I killed him and I was like, how do you like it? Bring! And I was like, woo!
It's so good because I really I literally took it the same way.
Yep.
As
How do you like it?
You.
Taste of your own
as
medicine.
An ironic thing. And it's
Were they innocent people or like?
Yeah, they're all just innocent people in Rapture, and he murdered them brutally.
That sounds awesome. Wait,
So-
what happens if you didn't kill him?
You just don't see him anymore.
Oh,
You don't even have to do
so
that.
you have that one chance to either kill him or let him go.
Yeah, and if you want, you can let him walk away, but you can follow him and you can find his quarters, like where he lives. And there's 2 recordings in there that you can't get the platinum for unless you follow him. But if you don't follow him right then and there, that room is locked for the rest of the game.
Okay.
That game is.
I remember
just
I killed
so
him
good.
before that.
That game is right fucking outside my top 5. As like tomorrow, it could change and it could
How
be in
long
my
does it
top
take to
5.
beat Bioshock 1?
20 hours, maybe? Probably not even that long.
Probably not even
Probably
that
14
long.
hours.
If you explore, though, it takes a while.
Yeah, and you'll want to. Like,
I've always wanted to play it.
Rapture is just so well realized that I found myself when I was playing that game just like not even following the little arrow on the top, just going at it anywhere, just looking outside. It's so good.
I think you could play that because it has a great story, but it's not like
And it's scary,
there's no
dude.
Cutscene. There's not.
Yeah,
like
it's not
cutscenes.
real.
No, that's what I like. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like there's.
I played it for like an hour and I liked it.
Your girlfriend might even like watching you. Because if she gets fucked up and watches you play a scary game, she'll probably be into it, you know?
It's not that scary.
It's pretty fucking freaky.
There are times where things will.
There's a
just
part
like
where
you-
you're in like a morgue and you see like the shadow of a guy like standing over a stretcher and his like you take one step in the water and he hears you, so he goes like this and runs away and the
That
lights
was
go out and the lights come back
terrifying.
on and like you need to walk down the room and you see the corpse on the stretcher and you're like, where the fuck did that guy go? And the lights go out again and you hear like of him like running down the hallway and the lights go out again and you hear splashing and when the lights come back on he's fucking right here.
No
Dude,
way.
it's so
I
scary.
shit my pants.
You gotta play it,
Remember
dude.
Outlast?
Yeah, I couldn't finish that game.
Remember the very
I
first
didn't
room?
take out last
Yeah.
year.
I screamed my ass
I
off.
did too.
Because he was like dangling or something, wasn't he? Like
Oh,
opened
yeah.
the door and he's just He's just dangling. though.
Outlast was fucking scary.
Yeah.
I did not. I
couldn't finish it.
I couldn't take it seriously.
I didn't even buy it.
That was the thing. When I, it was free with PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
When I played, if I play a scary game with someone else, I don't take it seriously,
Right,
and
yeah,
I fool around. That entire game, I was sprinting through everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't anything that popped out. My friend would freak out. I would just be whatever. And she was like, "Oh, you can't just run past this the big dude."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Watch me," and I just sprinted past him. A couple times he noticed me, a couple times he didn't. I would just run around until I found a hiding spot.
Play Outlast in the dark with
Oh, yeah,
headphones
that
on
is
and
terrifying.
try and be a tough guy.
That is terrifying.
That game is so goddamn scary. I turned it off. I never died in that game. I was afraid to die.
No.
Have you played PT?
The game
Yeah, we beat it.
Ooh,
Like, it was
yeah,
a
I beat that
sound
game
PT?
too.
Was
Even
PT?
with someone, I couldn't play.
I like
PT,
PT,
like the way I did with Outlast.
PT was
just
pretty
running around.
creepy.
It was
fucked
it was
up.
creepy, yeah, but it wasn't scary.
Fuck you.
dude.
It was scary.
I thought it was just creepy.
There's a new game coming out in the style of that.
Yeah.
And I hated the ending.
We were playing
again.
it. We were playing, or he played it, and I was just sitting on the couch watching, and I was like, I never get like movies don't scare me and shit. I was watching that shit through my fingers, dude.
Number 5. Diablo 3. I fucking love Diablo 3. Let me tell you something. I have beaten that game. First of all, I think we covered on the first episode of this show. I have a $50 bet with this guy about Diablo 3, where I need to have the platinum trophy by the time January 1st, 2016 hits. So, before we even made this bet, have a level 70 wizard who's level 294 Paragon. So, I was like, I need to do, because one of the trophies is you need to get all of the classes up to level 70, all fucking 6 of them. So, I started a Crusader. And I got serious about this bet after I beat Arkham Knight. And I was keeping track, documenting his doom in my notes on my phone here. I got a note called Diablo 3 Progress. On June 29th, I did 4 levels as a Crusader. Every day, I'm keeping track of how many levels I do. And I screenshot it, and I tweet it and send it to him every morning before he goes to work. And I started my Barbarian 2 nights ago, and I did 20 levels in one sitting.
Oh my god!
You are fucked.
You have to get every single class to max
up to max level, and then I need to get to max level in hardcore mode, which is 1 death permadeath.
500 bounties.
That's what I always play.
Is that?
I would have just done that first.
That's what I did
Are
on
those
Diablo
like
2.
the trophies that you have left, or
I only have 3 left. It's beat it, get to level 70 in hardcore, beat Diablo in hardcore, beat Malthael in hardcore, and there's 4. The last one is get all classes up to top level.
All right.
And the
thing I
500
hated-
bounties.
How hard do you think the hardcore...
Hardcore sucks because you get attached to your character, and like then it'll get a high level, and he dies. And you're
I'm attached to the trophy. I don't give a fuck about the character.
I'd play on Diablo 2. I'd play hardcore, and then I'd get a character to like level 70, which was a feat, because we'd be playing on Nightmare, and then I'd die, and I'd just like want to not play the game for like a year.
I've got Diablo 3 as my number 5 because I did not play Diablo 1 or 2, and I didn't even like watch reviews for Diablo 3. I heard people talking about it and saying, "Oh, it's addictive." And then I was like watching Attack of the Show one day, and Kevin Pereira's on with this fucking hot ass girl, Candace Bailey, as his co-host. And Kevin's like, "What'd you do over the weekend?" And she was just like, "Well, I went out and prayed with my friends." She's like, "What'd you do?" He goes, "You know what I did was I got an entire pizza and I went home and I played Diablo 3 for like 7.5 fucking hours, and I ate the entire pizza by myself because when you're a level 28 Crusader, need to get to 40 before the sun comes up. Let me tell you, there's no time to waste." And I was like, I want to live this life. I want a pizza.
Me and all my friends, we sat outside for the Diablo 3 like midnight release.
Dude, it was. I fucking love that game to this day. I can play that game every day, and I do not get tired of it. That's a lie. I get tired of it, but then I just go play something else, and I come back, it's brand fucking new again.
Yeah.
And Diablo is so simple
It's
that
just like
it's not like fucking like you said about Mass Effect, where you set it down, you forget what's going on, you come back, you're like, what? When you know Diablo, it's riding a bike. I knew the story the first time I beat it, and the other 6 times I beat it, it's through every cutscene. I don't even need to.
Torchlight 2 is better.
Torchlight 2 is great.
No, that's good.
If you've never played it, you should play it.
Happy for you.
You get an animal that gets to be with you.
Cool.
It can either be a bear or
I have a ghost dog with me in Diablo 3, so suck my balls.
I have a pit bull.
Dude, and just
I have a
the
kitty.
rare occurrences in Diablo 3 I don't get because I don't play MMOs outside of DC Universe Online, which I double platinumed, by the way. I want you all to know. Give me
did?
kisses. Fuck yeah, dude. So,
That game didn't look that good.
Wait, was that a game that you actually had to earn the second platinum, or you just loaded up and all
Loaded up.
Just loaded that shit up.
But that doesn't count. That's like getting triple platinum
That
with
counts.
sound shapes.
Do me a favor, get the fuck out of here. I have the triple platinum
Not
for
my
sound
fault.
shapes.
That's why you guys have so many platinums, because you
Count
get
on the fucking PSN.
That number is
The number
there.
goes up.
It certainly does. So, the rare things that happen in Diablo just make
That
me
rainbow?
make me so happy. Like coming across a treasure goblin, being like, "I'm gonna kill this dude, and he's gonna drop maybe a legendary." And you kill him, and he drops a portal to the vault, and you can find like 180 million gold in the vault. It's like, what the fuck? I'm rich. I've gone to the vault 3 times. I have 560 million gold in that game. I can never spend that much money. What?
My friend told me that they upped the drop rate for legendaries by like 50%
They
on
did.
Diablo 3.
I don't
Yeah,
think
did
so.
they also
Not
get
on
rid
they
of
did
console.
they get a computer.
They did for a while.
Yeah, it's
No,
definitely
they
not
just
now.
told me like 2 days ago.
Yeah, they upped the drop rate and got rid of the market.
The drop
didn't
rate
they?
is higher than it used
This
to be.
is old. This is fucking 8 months old.
Yeah.
The market's
This
been
was
gone
when
forever.
this was when
That's why
the
they
market
got rid of them.
getting
no,
rid
but
of
there's
the
a new
market
expansion
patch
coming
came
out
out.
soon.
No.
Nah, you're thinking
Came out like a
StarCraft.
year ago.
New expansion for StarCraft?
Yeah, Legacy of the Void.
Reaper of
coming out.
Souls came out like a year ago.
They're doing Legacy of the Voids, then they're going to do another Warcraft expansion, then they're going to do another Diablo expansion.
So-
Let's just cancel WoW and make a new one.
They
I don't
should.
know if you Dan Ans probably don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and if you don't, you're rude.
I never go
I'm
on
rude.
Twitter.
But I tweeted this the other night, and I wrote, "It's the little things in life that make me happy." And I killed an enemy in Diablo 3, and he dropped 2 legendaries.
Does that have a good feeling?
And fuck yeah, dude, because it was an axe and something fucking else, a belt, which I needed a new weapon and a new belt, and they both turned out to be fucking tops, and I was like, this is the best.
That's the feeling when you get a special weapon in PSO. You just see,
Yeah.
because you can see it because it's red instead of orange or green.
Yeah.
and your heart just like,
Or
fuck,
when you,
That's
son.
di-
or
but-
when you get a good drop in WoW, like
no,
0.5%.
WoW I don't feel like that anyway.
My fucking wizard though.
Before.
Yeah, like a few years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wizard in Diablo 3 was so fucking good that I would, like, 40 legendaries in a row, I would, like, identify it, and they were all just shit compared to what I had.
See, that's like getting a Blade Storm, dude.
Yeah, fucking Blade Storm. I know the pain. Number 4. Fight Night Round 4. Now, I might be the only
Yeah.
person who had a sports game in their list.
No, he had
Well,
No, that was
an
honorable.
mention.
Yeah. Fight Night Round 4
Skate's kind of.
is...
I liked 4. I thought
Yeah.
3 was better. Continue.
Okay. I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Fight Night Round 4 is definitely my number 4 favorite game of all time because it has the best career mode of any combat sport game I've ever played in my entire fucking life. Where you get the fucking, like, UFC game. You make a career. And then it's just like, oh, who am I going to fight? You get like, oh, you're going to fight this guy. And you click X and you fight him. And then after that, you get an email. It's like, you're going to fight this guy. Where Fight Night Round 4 was you would start your career and you do a tournament so they know where to place you in the top 50 rankings. And then you have to book your own fight.
Yeah.
So you go to, like, you go on your calendar, and if you want to, like, train for, like, a week and take
I'm
a
already
fight
playing it.
real quick, you get to train for, like, a week, you get, like, no experience points. But if you train for, like, a whole year, you can level up, like, 6 fucking times and really get good and plan your fight for that. And then when that fight's over, you go back to the rankings. There's, like, 10 guys to choose from. Do you want to challenge yourself? Like, you're number 10. Do you want to fight the number 1 guy in the world? You can book that fight, but he's hard as fuck. If you want to fight the number 9 guy and slowly make your way up to fight the champion, you can do that. And that fucking choice in a fighting game, in a sports fighting game, is what I've wanted forever. And no fucking game before it touched it, and no game after it has touched it.
The Fight Night games, in that respect, minus championship,
Yeah.
whatever. The
Fight Night
last
Champion
one,
was-
yeah. Though they have always been like that, and my God, is like you have to if you want to get a great career,
Yeah.
you have to meticulously plan your fights. You have to be like, okay, I didn't get too beat up in this fight, so I'm going to take a fight in a week. Or this fight, I got my ass whooped. I need my character to rest because if I take a fight in a week, I'm going to come in there weak. So I'm going to fight in 2 months.
Train.
Yeah.
And so I could train, I could level up my character, and they've been like that since the first one.
And it's so...
it's just like. It's great.
It's
Just
so
that.
realistic. It's like you fight the number 1 contender, and let's say you knock him out, and then you're like, "Fuck, I want a title shot." And then you go 3 months over, so you have time to train, and you look at the rankings, and you can only fight guys below you. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I earned my title shot. So you wait 3 months, and then you go on the calendar again, and you look, still no champions available to fight. So you can sit out for a whole fucking year waiting for your title
Just
shot,
train?
so you don't lose your spot. That's how you level up. So then you'll get an email from your manager that just says, like, you need to fight more. Like, your skills are deteriorating because you're not practicing at all. And it's like, fuck, but I want a title shot. Like, I earned my right to be here. Give me my title shot.
Can someone challenge you?
You can, but fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm number one. Give me a title
You could
shot.
also get, like, you could get rivals if you fight the same person and, like, if... Not just fighting him over and over, but like he beats you, you beat him, he beats you.
Yeah.
You get more money from those fights because it's a legit rivalry.
In Fight Night Round 3 on PSP, I went 81-1 with this character that I have. And I was like 70-0 and I took a fight against this guy. And I fucking dominated him every round and lost a split decision. And
I could
was like,
destroy you.
I was like, you motherfuckers! And I fought him again and I KO'd him in the second round.
I bet I can beat you.
And then I finished out my career 81-1, and that fucking blemish will forever be in my brain. And I won that fight. It was boxing politics. They fucked me. I'll never let that go.
And you almost got one in the win.
My only complaint was in Fight Night Round 1, you could customize pretty much every aspect of your intro and pretty much everything about like how you enter the ring.
Yeah.
They sort of downgraded that.
After a while, you start skipping it though, so I don't fucking care.
I know,
give a
but still,
fuck.
it was like cool stuff. You could pick your ring girl. You could have like
song.
you could pay a bit extra, and it would be per fight.
Flares,
too,
yeah.
for like the flares, the laser lights, and all that. And plus, I sort of missed the black dude from the first one. He's hilarious.
Number 3. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
Woo!
Now,
number 3.
This is number 3 on my list because I've never been a fantasy, wizards, dragons guy in my entire life. And then everyone's talking about this fucking Skyrim game, and it's from the guys who made Fallout. This is leading up to it. And I'm like, this sounds fun as fuck. Unfortunately, I will hate it because I don't like all this magic, wizard, dragons bullshit. So then E3 comes around and they show footage of you killing a dragon and whatnot, and I was like, that looks kind of cool. What the fuck, man? Swords and shit? I don't know about this. So I blind buy it when it comes out, and it's one of the best fucking games I've ever played my whole life.
Yeah.
Skyrim is on my list this high
like it.
all time because it changed the games that I play. If I didn't pick up Skyrim
play
blindly,
Witcher?
I wouldn't fucking play The Witcher.
Or Diablo?
I wouldn't play Amalur. I wouldn't play Diablo. Skyrim changed the fucking games that I play.
Playing like Fight Night Force though.
I'm gonna play it when we're done.
But I will face you in Fight Night 4 and lose.
Yeah,
but I
you
will
will.
face you.
I've done 13 career
I'll
modes
face you and
to
win.
retirement in that game.
Yeah.
I fucking love that game, dude.
I think I've done I mostly played 3. 3 was the one I played this shit.
I wasn't that great at 3. I'm so good at 4 though.
3. The jump from 3 to 4, it went from arcadey to sim. Yeah.
Which that's what made me like it.
Yeah. But there's one I played it on 360. There's one achievement I never got.
How are we talking about Fight Night again?
I don't know. It's a good
Let's
game.
talk about most skilled game.
I'm not done with my list.
Keep going.
Most skilled game.
Yeah, what game you're
What I was
at?
going to say with Skyrim was it was a similar thing with me. I was except it was with Oblivion. I was never really into like the Dungeons and Dragons kind of stuff with swords and all that until I played Oblivion. I loved Oblivion. Getting out of the jail into the open world was similar to exiting the vault, but I think the vault was more impactful.
Oh, dude, there's nothing like opening up that door.
Dude, when you play Skyrim and your head, first of all, it's a brilliant way to create a character there. When people are looking right at you and they're like, "Who's this guy?" So you type your name. What's he look like? They're looking right at you. That's when you decide your race and whatnot.
I've seen a funny picture. It was like the opening cutscene where he has you step forward and you customize your character. And it was like, "Who are you?" And then it shows the dude. He made the character look exactly like the person who tells you like, "Who are you?" And he was just like, "Why blah blah blah. I am you."
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Skyrim had just fucking so many great moments in it where you, like, I remember finding this one house and there was like a. It didn't even look like anything was wrong, but I found a diary and I'm reading through it. And it's a kid who's talking about he's hearing scratching in the basement and he's telling his parents about it and they're both just like, "Fuck you, go cook eggs," or whatever you did back then. So he, like, the next day he's writing about it again. Yeah. Because it was it was like fucking 12 pages.
I would have just been like, "What is this?"
No, dude, it's...
They have like legitimate books.
It's so interesting. Like,
Yeah,
I read the first entry, and he's like, "Oh, I heard scratching in the basement. My parents said it was nothing. They told me to cook eggs." So you keep going through, and he keeps talking about how, like, every night he's hearing more scratching, and it's getting louder. And then, like, you go into the kid's room, and, like, it's all fucked up and everything. And then you find, like, blood on the floor, and you find, like, the parents that are dead in the other room. And then you hear, like, when you find the dead parents, you hear, like, and it's like, that's what the fucking kid was talking about.
Creepy?
Yeah, and then
that's
you
not
go,
creepy.
you find like a hole in the floor, and you go down, and there's these like giant insect centipede-looking things called a charis, and they have a fucking nest under their house. And what the kid was hearing was they were digging out underneath his house burrows of where they fucking live, and they stole the kid and ate him, and then they went in the house and killed the parents. So you go down there and you kill the charis and whatnot, and you find like the kid's clothing and shit. It's so fucked up, and it's not even a fucking mission.
No.
It's not even a side
It's
quest.
not
You
a
just
quest.
go into this random house that you find, and if you don't read that book, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
So
can miss
you could
it like
literally
that.
Just go down into that hole on accident and just fucking die because there's bugs down there?
Yeah.
See, that's what I would do. I'd be like, why are there fucking bugs down here?
Yeah.
That's why you need to pay attention.
I'm not going to read a
It's
20 page
like-
fucking no book.
I don't.
that's the box quote.
Game, like, some of the missions in that game, like the missions, I don't think were that great. Like the legitimate quests, the only ones that ever stood out to me were like the like God things. I forgot the Daedric quests.
Yeah, those were awesome. And they were fucking hard.
Yeah, some of them were so hard. Other ones they weren't as hard, but they were just freaking awesome. In Oblivion, you want to say something?
Yeah, what are you
This
chiming
is
in?
why I wish all of you guys played Oblivion first.
I played
I've
Oblivion
never-
first.
I never
I played
played
Oblivion.
I got
first.
something to say,
Like,
but you can say it first.
like I don't remember if it was Skyrim or Oblivion, but one of the two, the Dark Brotherhood starts out like you find this little kid in the town, and he like, and he's like all fucked up, and he's telling you about how he killed his entire family, and like he's just like, do you want to see? And like,
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
and then you go in and like you see the Black Hand.
like you have
Nice.
to every like the guilds in Skyrim weren't anywhere near as interesting.
That's
as
what
they
he's
were in
told me.
Oblivion.
He's told me that.
There's one Dark Brotherhood quest where you're in a house where you're stuck in a house with a bunch of people.
A house party.
Yeah, and you have to like kill them all without them
Oh,
figuring out who
nice.
you are.
That sounds
And
frustrating as
it-
fuck.
It's a great quest.
It was probably that's the quest I always come back to when I say that the quests in Oblivion were better than Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like that quest was amazing. Just getting people to turn on each other.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Basically, and if you do it right, you only have to kill one person,
Yep.
and then the rest of them will kill each other.
Corey,
Yep.
what were you gonna say? I don't want you
Oh,
to
I was
forget.
gonna say. I think the reason why I didn't like Skyrim was because I went into the first town, and I was just talking to some like merchant bitch, and then I accidentally took my weapon out. She's like, "Oh, you think you're a tough guy, eh?" She's like, starts fighting me, guards come towards me, and then I get chased out of the town.
I remember when this
Pay
happened.
attention, bitch.
I didn't attack her.
Don't
Yeah,
take
when
your
you
sword
talk-
out.
yeah, if you talk
Yeah,
to
but
people
if you
with
go
your
to
weapons
disc
out, they don't
replay
matter.
and it's just like, yeah, I want to trade in Call of Duty, and then you just pull out a gun, they're gonna call the cops.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It was something that wasn't in
Mm-hmm.
Fallout, but it makes sense why it's not in Fallout. Why would cops be in a post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
world? Was the whole jail thing. Just getting sent to jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
In Fallout?
no, in the Elder Scrolls game. Like I remember one time I had like ridiculous gear. Most of it was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
All of my stuff's stolen.
Yeah. I have a story to tell others. And I got sent to jail, and I was just like, well, and I got released. I was like, well, fuck, all my gear's gone. So I got sent to jail on purpose. Broke out of the jail, went into the box where they have all my stolen stuff, got it all back, and escaped prison. And the story I was going to tell, I was playing
That wasn't the
Oblivion. No, that was... I
Make
just
it quick.
remembered
I'm only
the
on
story.
number 3.
In Oblivion,
I love Oblivion.
I saw this one lady, and I was just like, she had like ridiculous armor on. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. I just got out of the prison. I was like, I'm gonna fight you because I am a badass. She got
I
my
don't
sword.
understand.
One swipe did almost no
Starring
damage.
Diablo.
So one swipe almost did almost no damage. So I like turned around and just ran,
Mm-hmm.
and it got to the point where she chased me down. Like legitimately, like I thought I escaped. I got on a horse. I left. I was able to fast travel. Like an hour later, I see her running down after me.
She's chasing that far?
Yeah. Like
She's not giving up, dude.
I fast traveled and everything. I was just like, what the hell? So I had to walk backwards because in Skyrim they slowed down the walking backwards, but in Oblivion, walking backwards is the same speed as forward.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So you could like strategically like attack and back up and just be able to do that. And it took me like a good hour and a half of fighting, and I ended up with, when I finally killed her, I ended up with like some of the most ridiculous armor that lasted me until the end of the game.
It's like the best thing about Oblivion that I don't think Skyrim has it, at least I haven't found it ever, is that Oblivion has like a gladiator arena.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What do you do there?
Like there's a whole campaign that you'll just have like a dude and he's like, you gotta go and fight, make so much money, and then he's like, and then
Don
like,
King?
Yeah, basically. And like it's just like full on gladiator fights, and it's so badass.
You face lions and shit?
So, my number 1 and my number 2 have flip-flopped a lot during this list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way I have them written down right now, I'm actually calling it audible. So the number 1 that's written down is flipping with number 2 again.
Oh, shit.
So these can change on any given day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're
Number
tied.
2. Corey almost fell over for like the 4th time. Number 2 is Uncharted 1.
I agree with that.
Now, is Uncharted 1 better than 2 and 3? Nope. Not even close. Uncharted 1 isn't as good as Golden Abyss. But that's a lie.
I think it is.
It's better. I was going to preface that by saying, isn't it Colin who always says Golden Abyss is better? He's wrong. Uncharted 1's better. But 2 and 3 are better than 1. But the reason number 1 is my number 2 game of all time is because I've always been a gamer. I had an NES oh, fuck. I didn't do my last honorable mention. It was Castlevania on NES. I fucking love that game. And I love that game because back when everyone was fucking watching Hey Arnold on Nickelodeon, I was watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. And everyone else was playing fucking Mario, and I was playing Castlevania. For whatever reason, I've always been drawn to dark, gothic
Nightmare
bullshit.
Before Christmas is a phenomenal movie.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. And so Uncharted 1. I fucking love that game. I've always been a gamer throughout my whole life. Had an NES, Genesis, PlayStation, so on and so forth. So I get my PS3 and this Uncharted game's coming out. I was like, this looks fucking awesome. And so I get it and I play it. I platinumed that game before trophies existed. I beat it on hard and then I beat it on crushing and I got all the treasures before they even invented trophies.
So
did you get the platinum?
they patched in trophies.
They patched in trophies and I
Yeah.
went back and I just did it all again. Because
you
I
didn't get
fucking
it?
love that game so much. Not the first time, I had to do it twice.
I thought maybe it would like
No, I hoped maybe it would, but it didn't.
When they patched in trophies in Metal Gear Solid 4, I went back to play it and I got nothing. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
I'm not
was
playing
hard.
through this game again. It's a long game.
Uncharted 1 is just so fucking good. And it's like the cover, like the story, the graphics, I love the characters. There's nothing about that game I don't like. It like maybe you could have taken out the grenade aiming with the 6-axis. That wasn't ideal. But
that sucked.
I loved like hiding behind cover and popping up and like shooting a guy. And then I hide behind cover that's like these rickety rocks and they shoot it and it breaks. And I'm like, fuck! Now cover can break. Everything about that game changes over time. They never let you settle into what you're doing. Like you just get used to like cover-based shooting and then they put you in a fucking Jeep. And you need to drive away. And then they put you on platforming. And then they put you on a goddamn jet ski. And then it's back to cover-based shooting. And then at the end, when you're used to killing all these fucking humans, then Nazi monsters show up. And there is no cover. You need to run and shoot behind you with a shotgun.
Yep.
And you find these old German fucking machine guns from back in like the old
Thompson and
war.
shit.
And it's like this submarine that you saw like right in the beginning of the game. Later in the game you get back there and inside there is where the ladder leads down to the hatch where the monsters are, so they tie that all together. It's just so fucking good. Uncharted 1. That changed how I was as a gamer.
I beat that 3 times.
I was always a gamer, but Uncharted 1 made me fucking serious about like, oh, in August this is coming out, and then September that's gonna come out. Like, Uncharted 1 changed me. And my number 1 game of all time. You guys didn't even fucking drum roll for
That's
me.
really far.
You got a fart?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I don't get hurt.
Do it.
I don't get hurt.
I thought you had a good fart.
No, he said he's really far.
Oh. My Uncharted game. My number 1 game of all time is Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Really?
I fucking
Holy shit.
love the shit out of that game.
That's the whole game.
And when I sat down to think about like what are my top 5 games of all time, the first thing I thought of was like, well, obviously Resident Evil. And then it was like, I love Uncharted. And then I started piecing together all these things, and there was things I took off the list completely, and then I ordered other ones, and I was like, well, that's kind of just an honorable mention. Resident Evil 1 was the first one I thought of, and I initially put it at number 1 and then moved around it. And then I flip-flopped it with Uncharted 1 because it changed who I was, like who I am as a gamer. But fucking the memories I have of Resident Evil 1, like where the fucking dog bursts through the window and it scares the shit out of you. Just like when you first walk in there, what? What is this? And it's like, this is the fucking worst game I've ever played in my life. And then you go down the hallway because Barry's like, go look for more clues. And then you see this fucking old dirty man like sit on the floor. And they go into this cutscene which had graphics which did not seem possible on the PS1. And it's this old dirty bald man like bent over, and then you hear like a rip and blood all over the floor. And then he turns and it's this fucking guy with like his eyes falling out of his head, and he's got no lips, and there's blood all over his face.
You can tell that?
Yeah, because
PS1?
it's super detailed. But then it goes back to gameplay and it kind of looks like shit. Yeah. He stands up and you see that the teammate that you couldn't find is on the floor, and the zombie just bit his fucking head off. And it's like, what is happening? And then you get separated from your team, and you're in this giant goddamn mansion. It's like, it's going to take me forever to go through this mansion. Not only do you have to go through the mansion and all, like, fucking 5 floors of the thing, but then you have to go outside, and there's a cave you go in, and then you go in the fucking, like, cabin that's outside of it, and there's this giant asshole plant in the ceiling that broke through the floor. The only way to get rid of the plant is you either have a flamethrower, which you need to get earlier in the game. If you don't have it, you need to find the fucking 6 chemicals to make the V-Jolt concoction that you need to put under the plant. To make the V-Jolt, you need like red water 1 mixed with like blue water 2, and you need to mix it in order, or else the shit blows up and you die because it's like corrosive and explosive. Yes. Okay. From 1996. And this is how deep this fucking game was.
That's older than me almost.
I have memories of being 6 or 7 years old, being in Bathroom Money Tim Ewer's backyard, and we would call it Tyrant, who was the boss of Resident Evil 1. And when you get to the boss at the end of the game, he's standing there and you drain the water out. Because, first of all, the boss fight only happens because you're a fucking asshole. Like, you could just leave, but Barry's like, don't you want to know what he does? And you drain the water and he gets out. Like, he was in a coma. Like, he didn't even know you were there. So you drain the water and he's standing there and he, like, punches the glass and it cracks and it's like, and then he goes like this and bursts out of it and he steps out and he kills the main bad guy, who comes back, and then Resident Evil 3, 4, 5, Wesker. And 6, yes.
Wait, Wesker's in 6?
Yeah. That's from what oh, no, wait, Wesker's son is in 6. That game's a fucking piece of shit.
I borrowed that game, planning to play it with a friend. I knew it was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It was a complete piece of shit. The UI was horrible. Everything about it.
I played Operation City Raccoon.
A piece of shit game.
Better than 6.
Yeah, that's saying something. So
it took 3 hours.
We would recreate the cutscenes of that game in his backyard, doing it line for line, doing as stilted performances as are in that fucking game. Yeah. To where you'd be walking around and like Tim would go over to his sandbox and pick up a fucking toy and be like, I think I found a clue. And then like my brother would walk over and he'd go like, what is it? Like we would fucking like do the lines. It was so ridiculous. And I went back, I think earlier this year, and I played the PS1 version, downloaded it on my PS3, and I beat it again. And that game is just so goddamn good. I beat it in like 8 hours. Oh, really? Which when I was a kid, it took me like 40 hours because you just don't understand.
Yeah, without a guide, that game takes forever.
Dude, I was watching you play it to like when you played it, and I was like, I don't know if I could figure this out.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
Because some of that stuff is like
it's so obtuse.
Guessing.
Yeah,
like it's just flat out.
A lot of it's trial and error.
Yeah.
So yeah, Resident Evil 1 is my favorite game of all time.
I like 4 a lot.
Resident Evil 4 is
Did you do the remake?
I bought it on my PS4, but I haven't fucks with it yet because I have business to take care of, aka a $50 bet with the artist.
Are you going to do tank controls or are you going to do the new controls?
Classic tank.
Yeah,
so
to do tank with that game.
I had the Dan-Dans on 616entertainment.proboards.com. A bunch of them listed their top 5 games, and just to get some other opinions here, let's grab a couple of those. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It'll be fun to just talk about, and like obviously they're not here, so we don't need to take an hour on their shit. Because dude, we all went pretty fucking in depth.
Yeah, I was pretty quick.
You were. Here we go. So I made the thread, your top 5 video games, and this is from Raging Beast God Taskmaster.
I love that.
He starts off I don't know. This is a tough one. These are in no order whatsoever, but he lists Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
I fucks with
I
it.
dig it.
Doom,
Hell yeah.
King of Colosseum 2, which is a Japanese wrestling game. It was an
Never
import. And these fucking guys on my message board are insane with their wrestling games. And his number...
Wait, do they know Ultimate Muscle?
I'm sure they do.
That's the best game ever.
WWF in your house wrestling.
Piece of shit.
Seriously, though, it is.
And then his last one is Donkey Kong Country 2. So this next guy, his name is Scott Steiner Promos. He says it's a tough question. And these are his ranked. Number 5 would be Resident Evil 4.
I like that.
Number 4 is Batman Arkham Asylum.
Nice.
Number 3 is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
All right.
Number 2 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And number 1 is Silent Hill.
Those
I'm
are
surprised
Silent
no
Hill
one brought up
sounds-
Grand Theft Auto.
Wait,
It's not a
tonight.
bad list.
The first Silent Hill?
He brought up an honorable mention. Yeah, Silent Hill 1.
Yeah.
He's a huge Silent Hill fan. A dude named of Spice says number 5, GTA 5.
Agreed.
Alright.
Number
Yeah.
4, Resident
That's my
Evil 4,
favorite GTA.
which is popping up several times
Yeah,
now.
it is.
Number 3, Psychonauts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, Super Mario 64.
I agree.
And number 1 for him is Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul
Those are
Silver.
for- yeah.
I should have said that
I'm
as an
surprised.
honorable mention. I forgot about
Yeah, that
those
is an
games.
honorable
I
mention.
wrote Pokemon down as like a possibility, but then
I
I
don't
totally
really
forgot
fucked with
about
the
Pokemon for me.
Pokemon that much.
I like it, but it's not on my...
Yeah.
that's why
2
I
is the best.
crossed it off
Same
and I'm
here.
like,
I agree. I think Soul Silver and Heart Gold are
Yeah,
like
me too.
the perfect Pokemon games.
Yep. I beat him like 2 times. I could probably beat him again.
So here's one from Douglas, a.k.a. Culture Personality, who's been on the podcast. Number 5, WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, which is fucking awesome. Number 4 is GTA San Andreas.
Yep.
Number 3 is LA Noir.
LA Noir. How do we used to say it?
LA Noir.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lenoir.
that guy in our... Dude, a guy came into Disc Replay around the time that game came out. He's like, you guys have Lenoir? Number 2 for him was Grand Theft Auto 5. And number 1 is MVP Baseball 2005. Which,
I think I have
Never
that
played
game.
that.
if you guys haven't played, it's fucking
Yo,
best
that
baseball
game's
game of
actually
all
pretty
time.
fun.
You know what's the best
It's the
baseball
best
game
baseball
ever?
game of all
I
time.
have,
Slugfest.
I have an MVP baseball game. I don't know if it's 2005. Though.
05 is the best. 03 and 04 are still perfectly great.
Slugfest is our fun.
And then the last one we got here is from a guy named Random FMW Mid Carter. His number 5 is Lunar the Silver Star.
Oh, Quinn has a game.
He says any version of it could go in this spot besides the Game Boy Advance one.
I didn't play that.
Number 4 for him is Fire Pro Wrestling Returns, which was a Japanese imported
that
wrestling game that later came to America. All
That's
these
a shitty
fucking guys
version.
talk about it was still good. All these guys talk about on the fucking board is Fire Pro Wrestling, and they've created me in the game. They created the artists in the game. They created Sal Melendez in the game. There's a guy named Brick on the board who has like entire pay-per-views that he records and puts them on YouTube. And fucking Sal Melendez, my character, was his world champion for the longest time until he lost to Samoa Joe. The main event of his next show is a UFC fight between Coulter and the artist. It's so fucking awesome, dude.
Does it actually look like the artist?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
I can't wait. I can't.
So his number 3 is Mega Man 03. His number 2 is Super Mario World. And his number 1 is Link to the Past.
I got an emulator on Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link to the Past is good.
I like it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Parallel Worlds is a great mod for Link to the Past.
Remember when that came into the store? And we got
What
that
is it?
shit
I
on the
sold it
chizzy.
for-
You know what I'm saying?
Parallel.
What is that?
It's a fucking mod that a guy made, and it's like in a Super Nintendo cartridge if you get
Oh,
the right
really?
kind.
And then-
And this guy came into our store who was like based in Iraq, and he was like, "Oh, my brother sent me this game because he knows I like to play games." He didn't even open it; it was still sealed of that mod, and we bought it super cheap. And Quinn was like, he calls Kate, and he was just like, "Yo, can I buy this shit?" And she was like, "Yeah, go ahead."
How much was it worth?
A little bit.
I sold it. I
little
made a
bit.
good profit.
Yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta
A little
do.
bit. Wait, but it's a mod.
Yo, you
Yeah, but
know how,
motherfuckers
like,
want it.
You know how modded cartridges go.
You mean like the ROM one that you can put
Yeah.
ISOs? And
Yeah,
shit?
Yeah,
ROM
ROM
hacks.
hacks.
Yeah. Those are like $200.
Yeah.
You ever get one?
I sold it for. I bought it for $20. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, it was like one of those?
It was one.
Oh,
of
it
those.
was. I thought it was like
It was one of the
modern
physical
version
copies
of-
from one of the big dealers. Time Hop, I want to call him. I forget.
ROM hack, I love. It's a Pokemon one. It's called which one? It's like Pokemon.
Butthole Red.
No,
I used some mods in Pokemon that are really stupid.
I
Pokemon
honestly
Glaze.
don't really
Glaze.
fuck
Oh, that
with
sounds
them.
cool.
Pokemon Glaze. It is an amazing ROM hack. It's really hard though. That's the thing. It's a lot of grinding in it.
Mhm.
It doesn't have like the natural flow of most Pokemon games, where like you just naturally progress with the game. It's a really good. The story is like it's surprisingly good for like
Nice.
a Pokemon game. A Pokemon game, you don't think about story.
It's not really
The
story.
most story thing there was in Soul Silver when you fight Red.
But every Pokemon game has like
Still
an
doesn't run too
opponent.
bad.
Yeah, but I mean, you fight Red.
Yeah.
Are these your work notes?
That was the most.
Yeah.
That was the most.
I was-
like, story
okay, I was
Pokemon.
looking for
that
your
game
game
had
list.
like a legitimate Pokemon story that mixed with like
You could probably see
traveling
what I
through
wrote when I
dimensions and
scratched
stuff. It was good.
So like glitches.
Hmm?
You feel like in a lot of mods, there's always glitches.
No,
errors.
actually, there was one glitch, and that was when you're in another dimension, they don't have Pokemon that have like legitimate animals, and
It's
there
good
was
at
supposed
Mac.
to be like a recolored.
This
It was
isn't
like a
even fully
Puccino or
down.
And I actually
whatever,
crossed
like
out
the
God of
Mets,
War
they call it, like a
3,
real dog,
and then I
but they
just
but the
wrote,
first
like,
one
honorable
I
mention
don't know, it
next
was
to
like
it.
it was a glitch in the one I had, where instead it was like an oopsie.
Let's wrap this shit
And
up.
It was just there.
Let's wrap this shit up. We're at like 2.5 hours right now.
Yeah.
This was a good
Every
one.
time I'm on,
We go long when you're here.
I know it's always gonna be long.
Artists, where can they follow you on Twitter?
At the artist 616.
What about you, Corey?
I don't know if I have a Twitter.
It's at Corey Fish.
Is it?
FISCH.
Follow me.
What about you?
I don't know if I have a Twitter. If it is, I think I did. It's like ALKHO.
That's not even
No.
real.
Alright,
Make
no,
a
no.
fucking real Twitter,
Yeah,
asshole.
I haven't gone on Twitter other than to like look at a couple stuff.
Make a
Kinda
real one.
funny and-
You'll do our Prime podcast, the 616 Entertainment podcast, and you'll have a new Twitter then. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'll do
All
that.
my tweets are golden.
They are. They're always good.
yeah, Corey only tweets good tweets.
Where can the Daniels follow you?
Quinn Quan.
Quinn and Quan.
QUINNQUAN.
Yeah.
Good name.
Yeah. You have anything you want to plug?
What?
You guys have anything you want to plug?
What?
Any message? Anything you want to promote or plug?
Not really.
trying to think.
Flashlights.
Follow me
I
on
fucks
Twitter.
with flashlights.
I wish I had another one. Follow me on Twitter at IDS616. Instagram is at 616 Entertainment.
Oh.
No.
If you want to play Rocket League,
Too
add
much.
me- If you want to play Rocket League, add me on PSN. SSJ Goku 78966.
What's your
I love
PSN?
Rocket League.
At. That's not at. It's not
yes.
at, but artist _428.
And me on Steam, it's Bojangles, BEAUJANGLES.
Oh, on my PSN is SSJ Goku 78966. My Steam, I'm starting to get
Steam?
on that more often. Potato_girl.
What the fuck?
Oh, Attack on Titan reference.
Oh, okay.
Potato_girl. That's gonna be the URL. You're gonna find a million potato girls though.
What about you, Quinn?
My Steam is
Oh my
What?
god!
That's
What the heck? I don't get it.
my Steam.
It's a
is,
fucking a minion in the ass.
And it's a
Turn
Go!
it.
My Steam is
Flashlight.
Quinnith XD, QUINNITH
I didn't get those.
XD.
My PSN is Venus Doom 616. That's all I fucking
What's
play
mine?
on. Bojangles
Bojangles
XD.
My
Yeah.
PSN's like Q Renz or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, if you want to
I'm
add me on
like
Xbox,
once-
which I'm
once a
never
year.
on anymore.
Then don't plug it.
Let
He
me-
wants us the friends.
Yeah, if you want to
Potato
send a-
_boy.
if you want to just send me a friend request, just to have that annoying notification on top to constantly remind you I haven't acknowledged you on that. It's SSJ Goku 7896677.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I hate dumbass gamers score names where it's a bunch of numbers.
Follow or
1 and 2 were taken, so I just put a bunch of random numbers.
join the 616 Entertainment message board at 616entertainment.proboards.com. We do WWE Raw Talks live every Monday right after Raw. Join us live and talk about it. We do the 616 Entertainment podcast every Wednesday. This show goes up. I said once a month, and we did one in May, and then we just didn't do one in June because I wanted to give everyone time to prepare, and then you guys still didn't.
I was prepared. I saw all my.
Yeah, you
They
did.
were ready.
You did
They-
good.
they-
And we do Let's Plays every Friday too, which if you guys ever want to be a part of, we'll shoot some soon.
All right.
We love you, Dan. We gonna see you next week.
Bye.
Leave a comment with your top 5. Yeah.
Thank you.